Richard Ashcroft, Science of Silence on XFM 104.9. I love that.
Yes, correct.
He's one of my favourite artists now. I just think, he's so, I don't know why he's not ballistic. He's got everything. He's like one of our best rock stars. I'm Ricky Gervais.
Hello there.
You're Steve Merchant.
I am indeed.
Karl Pilkington over there. Big day today.
Really?
Yeah, for Karl. He hasn't been looking forward to it. He's been whinging in the week. Couple of things. He thinks he's overworked. He thinks he's overworked here, and he's stressed, and he's got to do DIY. MTV are coming in, right, to give him the chance of his a lifetime to do just a little screen test, and he's going, well, I'm not going to look good, am I? They're not going to have a why. He said, well, I've got a round head and I'll be wearing headphones. And, he's not made an effort. He thinks, oh, they'll put him off. He said, they won't even press record. He's got a spot on his head. I mean, you know, I mean, also...
Carl, you're not looking forward to it. You're not excited about it. It's a great opportunity.
Why is it a great opportunity?
To get on MTV?
No, but
look, money for old rope.
Yeah, but look what's happened to people like, Jeremy Speak, or whatever his name is, and all
Jeremy
that people.
Spake, yeah.
Yeah, and,
yeah, slightly different.
Why is it?
Well...
See?
You're making it in the industry, and you've got something to give. He happened to be around when they were filming an airport.
Well,
do you see the difference?
Alright, the other one then, who's on a boat.
Same thing, although at least she, you know, she can sing, you know.
Well, it's just, I think it can all go wrong, do you know what I mean?
Well, of course it can. So can sitting in your little room moaning about nothing happening in the world. You know, he wanted to stop educating Ricky, because nothing had happened. He said, look what happened last week. I scoured the net, he said, all I found was a dog in a car wash, and a parrot and a vicar. Right?
I'll tell you what, there ain't much more going on this week.
We're talking listen, me and Steve, yesterday, we took a day off to prove you wrong, and we've come up with two of the most incredible things I told you about, and they're amazing. So there are things out there, or but just go for truth. Go for truth and science and discovery. Fact is stranger than fiction. You don't have to revert to sort of like God and ghosts.
I know, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But the funny thing is, you know, like, last couple of weeks I've been saying there's not much going on.
Yeah.
I found out when I was looking that there was a day in 1930, right? It was a Good Friday, there was no news, there was nothing going on, they had to put a music video on or something, on the telly, because there was nothing going on.
Play a record. We're gonna play some classic tracks today. This is, Debaser. Pixies, Debaser. I was looking forward to playing that. Came and said, Karl, I'll play that. I was looking, he put it on. Lauren just called through and said we played that in the last half hour.
Embarrassing.
Yeah. So, what is the point of having a producer if he doesn't check things out? So, I mean, it's a good track. I mean, I'm sorry if you heard that twice in the last hour. Go on,
so what I'm going to do, listen to everything all the time. I've been running around, I get in early on a Saturday.
You got in about the same time as me?
I went out and bought you some biscuits, so you're happy. I put the coffee on.
Yeah.
I've sorted what prizes we're going to give away. I've been running to the library getting you certain tracks.
Yeah.
I can't listen all the time, I'm doing my best.
Well, I'm not sure it's good enough, Tom. I mean, I'm worried when MTV come in, if they've heard this kind of shoddy production, they're gonna start to wonder what
is it. The same songs every 5 minutes anyway.
Sorry, are you sort of overworked because you were on Zoe Ball show talking?
Oh, hello, what's going on here?
Well,
I was he was exclusively on our show.
No, I was in the car.
I seem to remember, Rick, he was a nobody.
Yeah.
That got a chance to come on air and talk about that.
And guess
so
what
now he's getting auditions with MTV?
Guess what he was talking about on Zoe's show?
Oh, hello.
All the jellyfish stuff and all that. About getting
believe it. Recycling material that you've done on this show.
I phoned in, right, and I went, stop doing materials, he just hung up on me.
Well, I had a job to do.
Who do you think you are? Your ego has just gone through the roof.
Hang on a minute.
What?
I had a job to do in the week. They asked me to drive the desk for Zoe, right?
They didn't say talk.
Zoe, if she talks to you, you can't just ignore her.
Yes, you can.
Well, you
Who
can't.
is she? Who does she think she is? You made a promise to us, a pact, that you were our kind of
monkey.
Yeah.
What can I do? If someone takes time off, I've got to do it. It's my job.
Yeah, but you don't have
not
to
your
talk.
job.
You don't have to use.
You're the head of production. We've given you this special gig. This is like taking you out weekends.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, if we find out you're getting too much excitement in the week, we'll have to just calm it down.
Well,
get another little...
Well, that's it now, anyway. It was only last week.
Do you know, I feel like kind of sullied. I feel betrayed. It's like you were having an affair behind our back.
Yeah.
And you rumbled it.
He was doing all the stuff, he was doing all his like, oh yeah, jellyfish and this, jellyfish
Yeah, because
that.
she was asking, and I thought it was a good way of promoting this show, actually.
Oh, did you mention the show?
Yeah, I did at some point.
Did you? What did you say?
I just said, more about that on Saturday afternoons.
So you talked twice. I only heard you talk once, so you're talking all the time.
Well, about 5 times in the week. In the full week. 5 times.
Deary me.
And one, it was just stuff.
You
that
could
they
never
do.
be a monk, could you? Chatting away all the time. Right, what have you got?
I blame Ball as well, to be honest. I feel Ball's slightly responsible for it.
Yeah.
She can't find her own, you know, gibbon to get on the show. She can't find her own kind of, you know, loser, then don't start stealing ours. Outrageous.
Well, coming up, right,
Yeah,
we've got
maybe we'll get Fatboy Slim in.
Indeed.
Next
Yeah.
Saturday, if you're listening, Slim,
Yeah.
come in on the show.
What's his name? Ernie or something?
What's his name?
Norman.
Norman.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Ernie!
Yeah. I don't
Oh,
know.
that's great, Ernie Ball.
Yeah.
Oh, he wouldn't change
Ernie
his name.
Cook.
Ernie Cook, that's it, yeah.
Right.
That's great.
Anyway,
Go
coming
on.
up today, we have got Educating Ricky.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. Is this the last one? You've promised it might be.
I believe there's a book out that might help me with this feature,
Okay.
so we'll see how it goes. I was thinking of new features in the week. I've got, what did they come up with? I wanted to do Celebrity Fact Club.
Celebrity Fact Club. Alright.
That's, I've just got to get some celebrities in first.
Okay.
Before we can kick that off, so maybe in the new year.
Ball and
Maybe
Cook.
Zoe Ball, yeah.
Ball and Cook.
Yeah,
Start
yeah,
off.
Maybe. Right, and I've also got,
Cook and Ball stories.
Yeah. That's nice.
good one.
Cheers. Thanks, Carl.
Yeah. Maybe you could sell that to Zoe show.
And, I'm also thinking Through the Ricky Hole.
Through the Ricky hole. Okay.
What's that?
That's, I'm quite...
No, you just got the title again, haven't you? Yeah. Okay, play record.
So, Rockbusters coming up as well.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Wu-Tang Clan, Gravel Pit on XFM 104.9.
We're playing some great music today.
Yeah,
Rick. I wonder if we should maybe, you know, it's getting towards Christmas to think about this. Should we dedicate the show to all the people in the world who maybe are less privileged and less, fortunate than us?
No.
No? Okay.
Have you, to do the prizes for the,
Prizes? Okay. Alright, so screw those who are less fortunate, is what TV's Ricky Gervais thinks. Rick, I know you're a big fan, of the likes of Bryan Adams, Robert Palmer, Alien Ant Farm, and, obviously, ZZ Top.
Yeah.
And so you'll be enjoying the best air guitar album in the world
Brilliant.
ever, Volume 2.
Yeah, sure.
Fantastic.
Well, volume 1 wasn't enough. There wasn't
No,
enough.
exactly. Again, we've seemed to be able to give one of these away every week. Are you just not sending these out? I mean, these are the same prizes we started this game with, I think, a couple of weeks back. Are you just not sending the prizes out?
Yeah, but I want to give, like, more people a chance, because if one week they listen in and think, God, I wouldn't mind winning that,
Sure.
if you've got more copies of it, they'll go, well, I'll listen next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So again, this is one of those, the best songs you've heard on an advert ever albums.
Mainly mobile phones?
Mainly mobile phone adverts, yeah, although there is the, Smash Mouth one, which is used in the Ford Fiesta TV.
Oh, yeah. Walking on the Sun or something.
I forget what it is. The Smashing Pumpkins album that we've given away in the past again.
Yeah.
Also got a bulk order of those that can't shift them. Wild Weather. I don't know who's interested in this. This
What,
is,
is that a double box set VHS of different weather? That's amazing.
Yeah, there's
That is
two
amazing.
cassette tapes there. It's presented
How long
by
is that?
Donald McIntyre. It's a thrilling trip with the most exciting forces of our wild and turbulent world.
So I'm
Clouds,
right in
weather,
saying
storms.
it's a double VHS
Stuff like
video
tornadoes
set
and that.
of different weather.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Yeah, no, it's got, I mean, it includes the fastest winds, the
Oh,
hottest
you're
desert,
joking.
and the biggest rain machine on the planet. That's on there, I think you have to...
God. I wonder if I hope they're bringing out another box set, Soil.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just goes through different mud.
And this you may be of interest. I've read good reviews of the DVD of this. It's a 2-disc set. The Wicker Man,
Oh,
the classic
right, a
70s
great
film,
film,
but
yeah.
it's got a bunch of extras
That
in
is
there.
actually quite a
that's
good
actually
film
worth
with-
having. I would probably throw the rest away.
But
or
the
palm
Wicker
it
Man,
off
get it on
someone at
DVD,
Christmas.
and it's quite very interesting.
Yeah, but you'll enjoy that.
So what this Rockbusters, is it?
Yeah. Oh, that's for Rockbusters.
Brilliant. Well, I say get the ball rolling now.
What, of Rockbusters?
Yeah, get the ball
I don't
rolling.
know, I mean, tease them, Rick. Don't sort of spunk all the good stuff early on. I mean,
Well,
that's dynamite.
you can say spunk, I can't. Go on.
Well, we've got, Actually, it's quite good moving it about, because we might have some new listeners here.
Yeah.
I would have thought so.
Yeah. Not after last week.
No.
Right, okay, so if you haven't heard it before, I'll give you some initials. It's like initials of an artist or of a
It's
band.
Blockbusters.
And a cryptic clue to who the band is. There's 2 easy ones, 1 difficult one. First one is, That'll Never Get Off the Ground.
Right.
Yeah?
That'll Never Get Off the Ground, the
That'll
initial?
Never Get Off the Ground is the clue.
Not
and
LZ.
The initials are LZ.
You are joking.
2 easy ones.
Right.
Yeah?
Okay.
Right, and then you've got, that woman's got her husband's gloves and a pair of her own. Right?
Say it again.
That woman has got a pair of her husband's gloves and she's got a pair of her own. That's HH. Right? It's a bit of a difficult one. And then the last one, you'll get a right load of bacon off them. Right?
You'll get what?
A right load of bacon off them. That's L.
L.
Yeah, so, once
You'll
again,
get a
very
right
quickly,
load of bacon off of them.
you'll get a right load of bacon off them. So, first one, That'll Never Get Off the Ground, LZ. That woman has got her husband's gloves, and she's got a pair of her own. That's HH.
Brilliant.
And, you'll get a right load of bacon off them. That's L.
And it's an
So,
email-only competition.
Email only, ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk, and we pick a winner before the end. So,
And you
can
can
win all that stuff.
Win that Wicker Man.
The weather.
Best of
video.
the weather.
The best of the weather. That would be amazing. The best of the weather.
As a compilation, Channel 4.
Exactly.
That was-
Winds light to variable.
I love 1976
Remember this
weather.
one from August 1979?
Warm, isn't it? Oh, this is warm, isn't it? Oh,
The best of the
Carl.
weather.
I'll tell you what. You remember how we always play, like, great music, usually? I'm up
You've
in
not
it.
got another one, have you? You're
Yeah,
not
I'm
gonna
gonna do it.
that again this week, are you?
Yeah. This is David Bowie driving Saturday.
Oh, Infinity Game. What? I'm in the same problem.
I know, beating a biscuit.
Yeah.
David Bowie driving Saturday. That's a great track, isn't it? A crash course for the ravers, eh? That's what this show is, isn't it, Carl? Crash course for the ravers. They tune and they go, "Wow, that's so cool." I wish I was like Carl Pilkington.
You reckon?
Yeah, definitely. You've got to read your mum's clues out, didn't you?
Yeah,
These are just for fun only. This is Carl's mum. She listened one week and now she sends him a little example of Rockbusters every week.
She's got, what did she send? This group would go well with your Christmas dinner.
Cranberries?
Yeah. They make a few good cupboards.
They make a few good cupboards.
Yeah.
The Carpenters.
Carpenters. I was thinking of EMF.
Yeah.
What else?
I was thinking B&Q. The B&Qs.
This group thinks of lots of things.
This group thinks of lots of things.
Yeah.
Go on.
Imagination. I think they're the best ones.
Yeah,
well, if they're the best ones, let's hear the others.
obviously we want the worst ones then.
Here's one more. She'd really like Blackpool.
She'd really like Blackpool. She'd really
Go on.
like Blackpool.
Fairground attraction. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Right, so, there's,
Does she write anything else in the letter? Or does she just send them, like, scrawled on the back of, I don't know, a till receipt?
She did with the first
Quick
one,
thing.
now it's just the Rockbusters.
Right.
Really?
She doesn't bother asking how you are or...
Well, I speak to her in a week.
Right.
On the phone, so it doesn't-
What kind of conversations would you have then with your
What do you
mum?
say?
Stuff.
do you moan about how overworked you are and stuff to her?
I mean, they're always surprised when I'm getting in late and that. It's like, what have you done today? Oh, I've just got in from work and it's like 8:30 at night.
A lot of people get home at 8:30, Carl. Next.
Just saying, how's the flat going? I was
Yeah.
asking my dad some DIY tips the other day. Usual sort of stuff you talk with your mum and dad, really.
Yeah.
Talking about the Bisons with them. I was
With the
watching, did you watch The Mammals in the week?
Oh, I missed
David
it.
Attenborough.
No.
I was thinking, actually, right, all this MTV stuff, if there's one reason why I'd like to do it,
Yeah.
is I was watching Attenborough, the Mammals programme. I reckon I could do something like that.
Right.
And just have like me, instead of Attenborough, like a young sort of fresh person.
Yeah.
Watching, like, certain animals and saying, do we need these? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, God! What's it called? Death on Earth?
Well, just,
That's amazing!
Yeah.
Do we need these?
And,
No, 'cause there's loads of
and the
stuff.
audience at home would vote. Would there be some kind of
yeah,
telephone
like a
vote?
vote-out system.
Oh,
But the
that-
thing is like,
Yeah.
it's something interesting that Attenborough was saying the other night on,
Do we need these?
on Jonathan Ross's show, on his telly show, right? He was saying, he said, you could take all the humans off the Earth, and it would carry on. But take, like, some animals off it, mammals and that, you got problems on your hands. I thought that was quite interesting.
Yeah.
So it's like, the question is, do we need these? Is that part of the big thing?
Right.
Like jellyfish,
Yeah.
we've talked about jellyfish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So which mammals in particular were
You talked about that on Zoe Ball show, haven't you?
Eh?
Which mammals were you thinking we don't need when you watched the show the other night? Any in particular that you thought they don't need them? They're not of interest.
Well, I like whales, but I don't know what they do. And they're taking up quite a lot of room.
Sure.
But stuff like,
Yeah.
but like, jellyfish, I looked into because,
Yeah.
you know,
well,
I was
know you
talking
don't
about
like
them, and they were saying they've got no eyes, no heart, there's something like 97% water,
Yeah.
they're blind, and they do about 33 miles a day.
Right.
So it's like, do we need them? Could we clear them out?
Yeah.
Yeah. What? A big net.
That would be the programme. What, right, we'll get rid of them. Next week we'll be looking at,
Rhinos.
I think it's genius. Honestly, I think it's genius. And like going along sort of like picking up sea anemones and going and just lobbing them into the sea.
well, what do you think about MTV doing that? And then I just, in between the bits,
Play music videos?
I play music
That
related
relates
to
to it.
fish, so I could play like Fish,
Yeah.
that rock guy, or the
Rock-
animals,
Rock lobster.
yeah, or what else could
This
we get
could
in
run
there?
and run.
What other songs have got animals in them? The
Well,
monkeys, could play the monkeys.
Yeah, there's about 1 million, so let's not start this.
No,
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
do you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
So do we need this?
So MTV
Carpet.
flies you around the world
And
to the most incredible exotic locations. You sort of climb up a tree or whatever next to, I don't know what lives up a tree, some kind of rare parrot. You say, look
Sloth.
at that, it's colourful,
Sloth.
it's interesting.
Oh, you like sloths, don't you?
No, they just live up trees, but I'd say, do we need them?
Why?
Well, what do they do?
What do you mean? What do they do? What do you want from an animal? Carpentry. What
Well,
do you
like,
want?
I don't like scorpions, right?
Right.
But then I found out they look after those monkey things.
They're not monkeys, they're
Whatever.
lizards.
Well, alright, yeah, them lizards, they look after the lizards.
Look at
So
them.
there's a reason.
But do you need the lizard? Could be your
Well,
next
yeah,
question.
because the local people made shoes out of them.
But not when the scorpion protected them, they didn't.
Alright, we don't need them then.
So, and so ultimately, would anyone decide? I mean, do the animals kind of get a chance to mount a case for their survival? I mean, is there maybe someone that comes into their corner and sort of defends them?
I'd have like a David Attenborough type character who says,
Right.
well, they do this, and I'll go, yeah, but do we need that doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what does an animal need to do in order for you to feel that it sort of gets a chance of life? I mean, like a pet, like an animal, like a dog maybe, or a cat, I mean, they give a certain affection to its owner. Is that a valid, reason to survive? Not particularly for you.
Not really.
No,
I
okay.
mean, saying that though, blind people use dogs, so they are useful.
So dogs are useful. St.
Farmers
Bernards,
use
they often
dogs.
save people, don't they, in
Yeah.
snowy weather?
Cats. I'd have to think about it.
Okay.
Keep the mice down.
Yeah, but you got rent.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is something that will affect the world.
Right. I think you'll find everything does. I think you'll find everything does.
Except Karl. I'm not sure what effect he's having on the world.
I tell you what though, Steve, right? Did you watch the mammals?
I did see the mammals.
They had bison on it.
Right.
The weirdest looking things you've ever seen.
Yeah.
They've really
Again, you're on dangerous ground here, Carl.
but they've really got a, it's like, decide what you want to look like. It's just a mismatch of stuff. It's got a really big airy head,
Yeah.
And like you.
sort of bald at the back,
Right.
sort of
It sounds like
thinner.
someone you went to school with.
Was there two of them? Oh, brilliant.
From the album Original Pirate Material, it's obviously The Streets, and an album track from that, It's Too Late. fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know everyone's raving about it being, you know, one of the albums of the year, but it is, I think.
It's great. That's brilliant. I love the backing as well. It's just so good. The lyrics, the things you go, they're my favourite band of the year. Next week then, we'll do all our favourite songs of the year, shall we?
No, I think it's got to be 2 weeks' time, hasn't it?
2 weeks, is it?
Yeah,
We'll do
I'm
the
away
Christmas.
next week as well.
What do you mean you're away next week? What are you doing? Zoe Ball show?
I'm going up north again.
Why?
So Claire's gonna be here with you.
Okay. Yeah, at least
What are you doing up north?
she does her job.
Just, Suzanne's dad's birthday, so...
I bet he's a party animal. I bet I've read that they really kick off, don't they? Is it? Yeah. When?
So
You gonna be raving?
can't concentrate now.
Oh, well, he's all stressed because the lady from MTV's here. She's going to film his little face.
So
the
what-
the things he said in the week, he was so worried. He's worried about the spot on his head. That won't come out. Just you got your best side.
He's on that side, that's alright.
Yeah, the camera's out. Look, he's getting nervous now. Okay, Carl, ignore the camera. Okay, just ignore the camera. Okay. Now, me and Steve have done our research for you, and we've got 2 amazing things to tell you. What should I tell them first, about the baby or the...
Well, they're
crabs?
both equally fascinating, so you choose.
I'll tell you the crab thing first, right? Steve actually saw this thing in The Guardian the week, about our research thing, and then we looked it up, we looked into it on Friday, and it is incredible. Right, listen to this. There's a thing in a bay in, New England, right, where it's like the biggest, they make silicon chips and stuff for computers, right? And because of the data protection thing, after they've done them, because they have to destroy the plates, right, well the information's sort of put onto them, but there's still flakes of silicon, they sort of grind it down straight away, and some of the flakes got into the bay, okay, but some of the information's still on even the slight granules of silicon, anyway, gets in the water, and silicon is rather like, a carbon derivative. They reckon if there had been life on another planet that wasn't carbon-based, it'd be silicon-based. Because that's simple sugars and it's just COH and that, and it can work with silicon, right? Anyway, the crabs have been taken up, it's on the water, and they looked out on the beach, and, over years, the crabs have started, sort of putting themselves in formations. Like, geometric format, and they couldn't work out why they were doing this. And, when they put them in the experiment, they sort of like chopped them up, and they found they'd taken on silicon. And it had sort of got into their brain, and they were downloading information. They picked up little things, because it's just chemical, you know, like, electrical impulses that got information off the silicon chip. And they were interfacing it, but, this is the amazing thing, one bloke sort of thought of this, and he thought, well, if it's a simple computer with a brain, if it's just a simple sort of electrical thing, then maybe there's sort of, you know, we could get it down. So what they did is they made a thing called a biointerface, and they put it into the crab's brain, just a really simple brain, so it's measured avant-garde, right? And it got impulses from it, and they were getting, like, computer readers, just flashes of, like, symbols and geometric things were on this screen to read the crab's brain, and it was stuff like, you know, fragments of a,
What made them do this in the first place?
because they saw the crabs behaving differently. They were behaving differently to each other. They were just like, they were, you know, intelligent, and they were sort of solving problems and all this sort of stuff. Anyway, when they downloaded the thing, it was like there was they found one of the secretary's names where it had been on the silicon chip, where it was just like a flash of a computer screen. But the most amazing thing is, they downloaded a memory, right? It was like a snapshot where it had been burnt onto the retina of the crab, just a snapshot or something, and it was like a picture of the beach, like a couple of years ago, right? And they also did, incredible, it was like just a digital, black and white sort of thing, so they could see what the crab had seen.
Amazing.
Jeez.
Amazing.
So
Intelligent crabs.
what are they doing with
Almost
them now
like
then?
super brain.
Well, they think, this is the upshot, they think they could use it as spy crabs, because they could get these crabs. Also, the other thing is, as generations went on, right, so they'd put a crab in the sea or something, right, lots of crabs in, and then as generations went on, a newborn crab, they downloaded the memory, and it had the memories of its great all together. It had every memory that any crab had been related to it beforehand. Because it passed it on, it just passed it on.
So not even ones that had been eating the silicon stuff.
Yeah. No,
These are just like ones that have had kids.
Yeah.
And they've got like...
And they know so you'd know everything everything right the way back.
So would that work if we ate silicon?
Well, I suppose
possibly.
so.
So what are they gonna...
Well, they can use them for all sorts of things, though. I mean, that's what's incredible. I mean, I don't know how you train it particularly. I don't know, it'd be quite tricky to train, but I'm assuming if they can do it that way, then presumably they can give it like certain silicon information, which they can then plant in it, if you like, within its sort of food.
Also, if you get them onto enemy beaches, you'd have like 1,000 digital cameras just
sneaking around. You could get like, you know, Osama bin Laden or someone just crawling around.
They don't understand the information they've got.
No, they don't know they're doing it. They just download them.
So that's the thing. So they're like, you could torture them and they wouldn't be able to sort of give you the information because they wouldn't know what information they had because they're just. But
the first crab they downloaded, they just kept seeing the same picture of a big crab feeding it, which they
really, yeah. Wow, that's what, like its mother crab or something.
Yeah, as it was memories of it as a child.
But they're not in colour, presumably. Because
no, it's all in black and white. It's just a digital camera because it's just they don't see it in black and white, so it's just like a, I don't know. I think it's burnt onto the retina or something. And the only one that they kept were the ones they saw a lot of the time.
Wow. I mean, in a way, some of the educating Ricky I've got for you today is on the similar lines.
Right.
Oh, you've got to be impressed by that. You've got to be impressed by that.
That's pretty good. I mean, I'm interested to see, you know, what they do with it.
What they do with what the crab developments are.
But yeah, no, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But, I mean, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, just digest that information, because that's not even the most impressive one we found.
I think it is.
I suppose it's pretty impressive, but the next one's maybe more shocking.
Okay, right.
But let's play a tune, and Ricky's got another extraordinary fact. Cure, Love Song, classic on XFM.
So that's the crab that you can download their memories.
But what about other animals that are in the sea, in that same sea, eating the stuff? Have they tested them yet?
I don't know. I think they just took it on because their biology, something to do with, I presume they can take up minerals and, you know, I don't know why. I don't know. But anyway, next one, it's just on the horizons, a bodybuilder, yeah?
This is freaky.
Married another bodybuilder,
yeah.
Right, and they're pregnant. And, they had these tests, and the baby was very large, but it was causing it pain, right, in the thing, right? And after
it's almost bizarre in, like...
Yeah, after the female woke up pregnant after 7 months, and the baby...
was walking around.
No, it forced its way out of the vagina.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it forced its way out.
And it was because it almost had, like, super strength, like...
And it was pulling her along by the umbilical cord, and they had to... And it was a stone.
Extraordinary. That's freaky. I mean, you talk about freaky stuff.
That's made up.
What?
It wasn't pulling her along.
Well, no, it was she could feel it.
Exactly. And it was, do you know what I mean? Like, just went... and just sort of squeezed its way
got out, because it was ready. Because of all the hormones.
Because it thought it was ready.
Oh, God.
Imagine that. Just waking up and finding that in the bottom of the bed. Freak you out, wouldn't it? Because you think it was a nightmare initially.
And it had hair and everything, didn't it?
Yeah, because all the hormones, there, like a hair,
there was something in the week about, you know, you've got test tube babies and that now, haven't you? But they've managed to do it. I only caught half the story.
I knew he'd be more impressed by the crabs than that. He doesn't care if it's human.
No, I am. I'm telling you though, that, there was something, I only caught half the story because I was busy, but, there's something about babies being able to be born without having any people involved. Or something, it's like putting them in an oven or something, and it's like a cake. And after a certain amount of time, it's ready.
I think you can buy those in Argos for kids at Christmas.
Well, it's my first baby kit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's Play-Doh, I think, that they can buy.
Yeah. So what do you think of that then?
The baby one?
Yeah.
I prefer the crab one.
Yeah.
But the baby thing's pretty horrible.
Yeah.
So it was bigger than like the average.
Both made up. We made those up.
Yeah, they're both rubbish.
They're both bullshit.
They are both rubbish. Despite the fact they're both rubbish.
Yeah.
They're interesting.
We made those up. Both those stupid stories up.
Yeah.
Imagine downloading a crab's memories and seeing its mum feeding it as a child.
Both utter rubbish.
I had trouble.
Yeah.
I knew I was gonna have trouble with, pushed its way out of the vagina.
Yeah.
I practiced that about 30 times yesterday with Steve. I was going, I'm not gonna be able to do it, mate.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to say that.
Yeah.
Are you disappointed?
A little bit. I mean, the baby one's a bit sort of out there.
Yeah.
I wasn't really having that one.
No.
But the crab one,
See, now, what's interesting, I think, is a useful experiment, Carl. I don't know what it's taught you about yourself. But would you say that that's revealed to you a certain thing? I don't know, maybe... that you're a bit gullible. I mean, you know, what I'm saying is maybe you shouldn't accept or swallow your hook, line and sinker everything you read on the web. Do you not think maybe a valuable lesson
I
there?
feel bad because I said to Steve, he won't be annoyed that we conned him, he'd be annoyed that they're actually not true. You'd love that crab thing to be true, wouldn't you?
it wouldn't surprise me if it did happen one day.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, and then he'd laugh.
And he's, in the break, when I said about the crabs, he went, well, I'm keeping them then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, well, I know what you're getting at. with the educating Ricky, but, you know.
Let's see.
You've got, 3 titles.
Yeah.
That I tease you with, different stories. You take your pick and I teach you something. That did happen.
That's a little bit of venom. Yeah, go on.
First one is, don't rub it too hard, you'll get a rasher.
I bet that's bacon related, knowing you.
You've got enough is anus.
Say that again.
Enough is anus.
Enough is enough.
Well.
But it's changed to enough is an anus.
Yeah. And
Okay.
you've got,
Yeah.
you've also got, will it be a bloke? Oh no. Will it like a bloke or a woman?
What?
Will it like a bloke or a woman?
Will it?
Yeah.
Will it like a bloke or a woman?
Wow.
Yeah, so there your 3 stories.
Okay.
today.
That sounds exciting.
Okay, well I'll have will it
Well, we're
like...
gonna play a record now, Rick, surely.
Yeah,
And,
okay.
and come back with...
Sorry about the crabs and the big
educated Ricky.
baby.
Alright.
It's a valuable lesson learned.
I'll think of a title for him. Yeah, Oasis. The Hindu Times. Karl just did his little screen test down the lens, and he went to, said, just look at the camera. He went, right, do you want to know about MTV? She went, well, it might be VH1. He went, right. It did Rockbusters, then said after the break, some Genesis.
I'd
dear.
watch it.
You didn't tell me she wanted all this. I thought you said, because I said you just bring your own camera in and we'll put it down on some tape and pass that on to her.
Yeah.
So now, I'm doing 2 jobs at once again. This is what I'm saying to you in the week. I'm juggling jobs all the time. I tell you.
Right, come on then.
How much do I get?
He looked straight at the camera and said that.
Right. So, 3 stories. Don't rub it too hard, you'll get a rasher. Enough is anus. And
we'll have that one then.
that one.
Yeah.
Right, well, do you believe in palm reading and stuff?
Yes.
Sorry, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Sorry, I forgot. Yes, of course we do.
Right, well, there's a fella who, he used to do palm reading.
No, yeah.
But a lot of people, he found that when he went up to him in the street and said, do you want your palm reading? He was like, a lot of them were like, you know, oh, I'm a bit ashamed of my nails and stuff, because they're a labourer or they're a cleaner, or something like that.
I know a lot of labourers are slightly embarrassed by their nails.
Yeah.
No, but...
Yeah.
So he found
Look at my bloody hands, Reg.
well,
That's that hod carrying.
did I ever tell you that? Did I ever tell you that I got picked at school to make tea and serve biscuits to old people because I've got good nails?
No, go on. Is there any more to the story?
Well, that's about it. I mean, we used to do, like, I think the head teacher must have been getting something, maybe getting his mum in there for free or something in the old people's home. So, he offered the kids of the school, he said, right, all sit at your desk and put your hands on the table. And everyone did. And he walked past mine and he said, not bad. Yeah. And he said, you've got the afternoon off, you can go and serve biscuits and tea to the old people.
What did you say?
I said, alright then.
Was
It's
that-
good.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. But anyway,
Was
so
it?
these...
Yeah,
these-
what did you
well,
do?
He just sort of walked around and went, you alright, do you want bourbons or digest?
I bet you get on with old people, wouldn't you? I'd love to see maybe
Especially the senile ones.
yeah. No, but I'd love to see you on VH1, just in a link. They just go, you know, they've just played, Robert Palmer, right? And it comes to you in a little park, and you just sit next to an old lady and go, alright? And you go, yeah, not too bad. You go, what do you think of London? Crap, innit? And she goes, yeah, it's awful, innit? And you just have a talk, and you go, alright, well, she doesn't like it. In excess. Yeah. That's what I'd like to see.
I still think my idea is better, but... So what are you going for, then? Oh, you've picked one, haven't you? Yeah, so this fella...
So there's palmists going around the streets...
Yeah, he's going round and
randomly trying to give palm readings.
They're losing money. Hand over fist.
Yeah.
Alright. So, they said, he's what he's done, he's reading people's, bottoms now.
Sorry, whoa, you just, I didn't quite follow that. He was a palm reader, that wasn't making money, so now he's going up to people in the street and saying, can I see your arse?
Basically, yeah.
So from being a palmist to an arsonist?
Well, they just, that's what he does. He said the same sort of lines and that you get on your hand, you get them on your bottom, and, he can read them.
Right.
Yeah, he's not a pervert or anything, or making up as he goes along.
No, that's it, that was that.
So, sorry, if a man came up to you in the street and said, can I have a look at your arse?
Can I read your arse?
You'd drop your trousers, would you?
No, if he went up to him and they said, oh, I'd rather you didn't, because I'm a labourer, I've got bad fingernails.
No, that's why I've seen, that's what a lot of labourers, they're showing their cleavage, you think, but actually they're having their arse read.
Absolutely.
That's that's what it is.
And then, right...
So is that the end of the story?
Yeah. But then because...
That's it. Educating Ricky is there's a bloke who reads arses.
No, but
You're
then,
a mentalist.
But no, but
what are you talking about?
But then, do you know, like, now and again I come up with a little jokey line. Thought I'd make an effort today for VH1 or MTV.
Yeah.
Little line there. Don't worry, it won't last. It might just be a splash in the pan.
Okay.
Phil Collins next.
Yes, let's play some Phil. Let's play some Phil.
Oh, this is the best show. I mean, off air, obviously. I'm sure people at home aren't enjoying it as much as we are. But Karl is continuing his, what do they call this? A screen test. Yeah, that was let down by Radiohead. Karl, what are you thinking? What are you thinking?
I just think it's not right, really, is it? I'm trying to do a job whilst trying to get another job.
Yeah, I mean? But a lot of your presenters are on MTV now.
Yeah, but
all of them have got Zayn in their name, but you know.
Yeah, it's not really right, is it?
Go on.
But, right, so
you better get that out of you. Karl Zane Pilkington.
Educating Ricky, will we carry on?
Yeah.
Right, you've got left. Don't rub it too hard, you'll get a rasher. And will it like fellas or will it like women?
Well, you said wool before.
Yeah, wool it.
Go on then, I'll have wool it.
Right, now this is similar to the one you were talking about before, right? They found out that,
They?
Yeah.
Scientists.
Oh, yeah.
I've found out
17th century?
that, like now, 1 in 10 rams are gay.
1 in 10 rams are gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was like, wool it. That's how I could get that in. They got a load of gay and straight rams.
Right.
They worked out which were which first. They said, right, that bunch there is a gay bunch.
They looked better, they just had more pride in their appearance.
And the other ones, you know, the straight ones, and then they gave them to this scientist and said, right, go on, do what you gotta do. And they took the brains out of all of them.
Just to check.
And, they did tests on the brain, and it worked out that they've got something smaller in the brain. The gay ones have got something in the brain that makes it smaller. And they said, right, well, that's probably how it's gonna work on males. On like, males and females and, like, humans.
So you took from this that gays have smaller brains than straight people?
No, there's something in the brain.
Right, go on.
So if someone's saying, you know, oh, I'm a gay, or they're not sure or whatever, they will now be able to find out.
So you can go to the doctor and to find out if you're straight or gay.
Is there any gay in my brain? Let's have a look. Do. You've got a little bit of a gay in you, yes. There's a little bit of gay in there. Yes, you've got the, you've got a little bent cell there.
Well, that's why they did it, anyway.
I don't understand how they could differentiate which was straight and which were gay to begin with, before they then gave it to the scientist. Wasn't that what the scientists figured out?
Well,
How could they tell? Were they
there's
sort
one
of
theory
mincing
that
around
it's genetically determined. There is one. There is a theory that's genetically determined, but I don't think it's as easy as pulling a sheep's brain apart and finding a little pink sort of like blob in there, going, right, we've taken the guy out, now he's going to go and shag some ewes. I don't think it's that straightforward. Although homosexuality does occur at a similar sort of rate in animals, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You knew that, didn't you?
So that's that one. I mean,
I just like the idea of the farmer figuring out which is straight and gay. Well, that one's wearing quite a camp-looking neckerchief.
Yeah,
so I'm thinking maybe he's gay.
Is that, yeah. I love the fact they can,
that one's a big fan of Sophie Ellis-Bextor.
Yeah. They put on ABBA and see which ones dance.
Exactly.
That's how they...
Which one, yeah.
Well,
Put on like Barbara Streisand and see which ones sing along.
that shit is rubbish. What did I find out?
Did you just say that is rubbish?
No, I found out other stuff in the week that didn't make the top 3.
Wow.
We haven't even had the...
This must be mediocre stuff, then. This must be really bad.
Yeah, or it might be dubious. Go on.
There's a woman in Ireland who has been with a fella for 11 years.
Yeah.
She always saying to him, you know, when are we going to get married and that? And he's like, oh, we don't need to. You know, we're happy and that. Do you know, like I am with Suzanne, it's like, there's no point, really. Unless you have a kid, I don't think you need to, do you?
Right.
So, he was like, we'll do it in time and all that. Anyway, he comes home from work one day. He says, oh, go on then, we'll get married. She was so shocked, her hair fell out.
Did you get that?
Wow.
So...
That's extraordinary.
And what did he say? Oh, I'm not marrying you, Baldy.
Yeah. Well...
She was so
shocked her hair fell out.
Yeah.
I love the idea of it just going to the ground.
Fell out, yeah.
Yeah, what else?
Right, that's rubbish. That's rubbish. That's rubbish. That's rubbish. Next.
You've also got,
It's weird, isn't it, Rick, that the stories that we made up are more plausible than the facts he's actually giving
I think we tried too hard. I think we tried to...
That's what he's willing to believe. He's willing to believe that a woman's hair fell out when her husband came out so let's get married then. Oh, you old romantic.
Well, yeah, then, here's a good one.
Go on then.
Right, in Dubai, this woman went to Dubai for her holiday. And, she was over there, and apparently in the markets...
Bit by spider?
They sell lizards.
Oh, go on.
Right, just like for people to buy. So she buys one, not knowing that you're not really meant to take him out of the country.
Sure.
Puts it in a bag.
Yeah. As you do.
What have you? And, then she gets to the airport when she's going home, she's thinking, I can't really leave it in my bag. So, she puts it on her head.
On her head?
Wears it as a hat.
She wore the lizard as a hat?
Yeah. People on the plane were just like, yeah, everything's fine, you know, they're doing the cross-checks and that.
Yeah.
Have you got your seatbelt on? Yeah.
There's a woman there with a lizard hat.
Everything's going well. She gets off the plane at Manchester Airport. Lizard sticks its tongue out.
Yeah.
The air hostess says, what are you doing with that? She goes, I've had it.
Lizard said, I just found her in Dubai.
They said, I've had this with me all journey, and they said, well, you shouldn't have done, and they took it off her.
Yeah, I think that is true, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about that?
Yeah, good, yeah. Yeah. That educated me. Right, what, any more?
Well, what's that taught you? That's taught you, you know, be careful when smuggling lizards back as some kind of hat.
Yeah, just say, lizard, keep your tongue in, you twat. Not at the customs officer! Yeah.
And, what else have we got?
Anyone didn't quite make it?
Anything to declare? I've got a lizard on my head.
We've got an old saying one, if you want that.
Go on then.
Are these ones, sorry, are these ones that didn't make the list?
These are ones that didn't make it.
Oh, right, okay.
Because I always get more in than I need to, just in case.
Just think if someone's just tuned in now. Is Anders listening?
Well, I'll tell you,
Dickie Anderson.
I've got an email from Richard Anderson, Dickie Anderson.
Go on.
The Dick Machine, which...
the big dick, which...
now this is interesting. I think we're wearing him down. Ricky, I think your show might be improving.
Go on.
that sense of despair and loneliness I normally feel when listening to your show doesn't seem so bad today.
He's desensitised to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Or he's given up.
Him down.
Or he's just given up. Yeah. I mean, you listen to this long enough and your standards will drop.
Let's play a tune. Let's come back with some more Karl's. I don't want to use the word facts.
No, he's got more screen testing now. The camera's ready for you. Yeah. Feeder. Just the way I'm feeling. That's my favourite Feeder track ever. It's bugging me. It's just like a ride track from about 10 or 15 years ago. So if you know, put me out my misery, email in. It's just like a ride track from about 1990, and I can't. It's just the beginning. Drive me mental.
Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Yeah, well, half hour to go. You've done your screen test.
Yeah.
Reluctantly. I think you had just such the wrong attitude.
Well, it doesn't matter, does it? If I've told you before, if things are meant to be, right, they'll happen. That's how I've got through my life, right? I'm 29 now.
Yeah.
Never
30,
planned.
ain't you?
Well, yeah, 30, but the camera's still on. Right, so... and everything I've done in my life, I've never sort of planned it. Do you know
Is
what
that
I mean?
how you stormed through your exams?
Well,
your GCSEs?
look at the school play, doing Little Donkey. I wasn't planning that day to do the drums. It just, on the night, I couldn't help myself.
And you stole the show.
What happened? What do you mean?
When you know, when all the kids were playing Little Donkey, I wasn't meant to be doing my drum set in that track. I was only meant to, I think I was doing the We Three Kings or something. But when they started doing it, the tune, I couldn't help myself with the drumstick, just like tapping away.
Right.
At the drum.
Yeah.
And then when it came on, I was like, oh, and I started doing it, and like the teacher looked over at me, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this, but she sort of gave me the nod as if to say, it's alright, carry on, it's sounding good. Then after it, she went, you know, they love that, you can do that again tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So I got like an extra part in the play and that.
Yeah.
That wasn't
So
planned.
you were, so you were doing the drum part to We Three Kings over Little Donkey?
Yeah.
That's weird, that is like Fatboy Slim or something, isn't it, when they mix up?
No.
Or Moby.
Still mashing it up at the age of what, 8?
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying.
And is that when someone was filming it, and you could hear your dad on the camcorder going, he looks like a twat?
That's the one, yeah.
Oh.
And that's why, maybe that's why I don't want to be on the telly, because I'll always have my dad's sort of echoing voice just saying, he shouldn't be on there, he looks like a, that's it. So that's why I'm a bit sort of nervous about this today.
Really? You think it's sort of quite Freudian in a way, sort of?
Yeah.
Your attitude is que sera, sera.
Well, plus I haven't got the look. I'm not pretending, right, that I should be on the telly.
What's wrong with your look for VH1?
It's not right. It's not right.
Jono was on VH1.
Was he?
Yes.
So I'm going up against Jono?
No.
So...
He's gone now, he's moved on.
Yeah, there you go, you see, another one who they gave a chance to, and then he was like, you know, yeah, I can do that. He's built up, right? They built him up, you can do that as a job, and then they knocked him down. And he probably started eating.
Well, I don't think you can ever knock Jono down.
He started eating!
Look at him now.
Yeah.
Right, so that's what I'm saying, so if it's meant to be, right, whoever's gonna watch this tape, you know, thanks for the offer and that, but, you know, time will tell.
Very wise.
So, there you go. And I tell you what, actually,
Go on.
it's a bit funny, because we're looking on the web in the week at different sayings, and, do you know the saying...
A round head does not an MTV presenter make.
Yeah, no, what's that saying? Spark in the pan or something?
Eh?
Flash in the pan?
Flash in the pan, do you know that saying? That's a bit like what could happen to me, innit? Do you know what I mean? There I am trying to do my normal job, right? And then you bring me in here on a Saturday, next thing everyone's after me.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't work out, and I'm dropped. And that saying flash in a pan, do you know how it came about?
No.
Do you know like how years ago they used to dig for gold?
Gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had like a little pan.
Yeah.
And they'd put the soil in, and they'd rub the soil.
Yeah, and it shone in the sun.
Now and again, it shone in the sun, and they get all excited, and we're like, oh, brilliant, some gold. And then they realised it was just the sun flashing in the pan.
Yeah.
And that's, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So again, that's a bit weird how I saw that saying in the week. Almost like a little thing saying, don't be getting carried away.
Omen?
So, well, makes you wonder. But anyway.
Not really.
So, tell you, things that make you wonder, you saw Darren Brown, what did he do?
Darren
Oh,
Brown,
no,
he is extraordinary.
Yeah, I told him, but I said,
You should for a lot of people don't realise who Darren Brown is, and he is, I think, the best illusionist in the country.
we went to, Jonathan Ross's house, for his birthday.
I didn't.
No, me and Jane, and we went there, right, and there was lots of people there, and, Darren Brown was there, and Jonathan got Darren Brown to do so, and it was incredible. He did all these tricks, right? I mean, incredible. It was just amazing. And he did one, with a bloke who was there, the, friend of Jonathan's, I think his name was, Ray, and, he got him to give the pack. He said, count the cards, and he counted out 52 cards. Yeah? He went, think of any card in that pack. He didn't touch it yet. He's counted 52. It was in his hand. He said, think of any card. He said, what was it? He said, 3 of spades, something. He went, find it in the pack. Couldn't find it. He said, count the cards. There was 51. Right, and he couldn't find the card, and he hadn't heard it, and we forgot about it. He went, oh, it's gone wrong, and he forgot about it, and he kept, through he was going, I wonder where that card is, and he kept looking at it, I found out that about a week ago, Ray went into hospital with an appendicitis, yeah, and the surgeon was really, so there was something crumpled up, there was a little thing, and it was the card that was in his thing causing appendicitis, and when he came out of surgery, there was a card from Darren Brown saying, was that your card?
That's amazing, don't you think? I mean, that's like incredible.
Thing and then a crab went, I know what it is. It's a 5 of spades. It's another wind-up.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, see, I'm not going to believe anything anymore.
But that's
so if I ever...
You've learned a lesson!
Yeah, but say if all this goes wrong now, right? Cry wolf and all that.
Yeah.
Imagine I get dropped by MTV. Excellent.
You haven't been asked yet.
Yeah, well, whatever. Right, they're short on firemen because they're always going on strike. I answer the phone, it's you saying my house is on fire.
I don't know what you're talking about now, Carl. I don't know what he's talking about now.
I think somewhere along the line there, Karl has been recruited by the fire brigade.
Did you leave that bit out in the story? Start again.
Yeah,
right,
that's what I'm saying.
Because I just wound you up about crabs, babies pushing their way out of vaginas, and Darren Brown causing appendicitis. Right, yeah.
Little, what's the saying about,
little acorns don't gather any grounds.
Crying wolf.
You can take a fish to water and you can't make it swim.
Well, do you know that saying? You can lead a horse to water but you can't make it drink. Do you know why?
'Cause its neck's too long.
No, what?
It's got an awkward neck. I don't know.
That's correct. That is correct.
Right, anyway, we've still got to come.
Right,
it's been bad today. I'm going to apologise to people listening today because
your mind's not
haven't been
focused.
focused.
Do you know? Have you heard the thing that Rolling Stone gathers no moss?
Yeah.
You aware of that?
Yeah.
Do you know what that's from?
Where it's from?
In Woodstock, right, the band used to go out and get this sort of like moss that used to grow there, and it was sort of like slightly hallucinogenic, right? And they used to come back, and they used to all go out, everyone was out there, mamas and papas were doing it, the Doors, they all came back. But Mick Jagger and Keith Richards would never do it. But they'd smoke other people's.
Yeah.
A Rolling Stone never gathers his own moss. That was what it... seriously, Carl!
Right,
that's
so
the
we've
truth.
still got to come. Rockbusters.
Have you heard the saying, a fish in time saves 9?
The clues were...
Have you heard that?
That'll never get off the ground. LZ. You've got...
Have you heard that saying, out of the frying pan into the saucepan?
You've also got...
Carl.
I'm trying to hold it together now.
Well, yeah, no, we're trying to teach you something, Carl.
Yeah, but you're not.
Why?
Because at least my stuff that I tell you, if you went into a pub and told someone...
What? There was a blind girl, she hit her head, she could see. What's that?
Well, just don't get down if your eyes are bad. Right, we've...
Not go around headbutting things. Oh, Carl, come on.
The Undertones, Teenage Kicks, that's one of the tracks on the Best Air Guitar Album in the World Ever, Volume 2, which is one of the prizes on today's Rockbusters.
And John Peel's favourite track ever.
John Peel's favourite song of all time. And, so Carl, have you got the answers for Rockbusters this week?
Yeah, we have, yeah. We've got, the first clue.
You're upset, Carl.
So miserable.
I'm a bit fed up today. The weather's... I knew when I was walking in today, though, that I'd be...
But that video, there's lots of weather on that video, so they can, whoever wins this can go home and see sort of the weather you were talking about.
The first one was, that'll never get off the ground. LZ.
Yeah.
The answer there was Led Zeppelin.
So easy.
Yeah, but I said that's here. There's always 2 easy ones and a difficult one.
Go on.
The third one was, you'll get a load of bacon off them.
Go on.
That was L. Long pigs.
Right.
Yeah. And then the second one was, that woman's got her husband's gloves and a pair of her own.
Yeah.
HH.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was Erman's Hermits. So that's the three answers. I'm sure
Well, I'd
we've
like
got a
to
winner.
give the prize this week.
Herman's Hermits.
There's a lot of...
Herman's Hermits. That is genius, Carl. That is genius. Oh, Herman's Hermits.
So,
There's so many people who are worthy of the prizes, obviously.
Herman's Hermits.
I'd quite like to give the prize this week to, Tom McGibbon. Just because I like his name. I don't know if I've pronounced that right, but Tom McGibbon.
Yeah.
I'd like to give that to
No,
him.
you shouldn't laugh at
Because he
someone's
lives
name.
in, he also lives in Bloxhall Road. I don't know why I find that out. Tom McGibbon of Bloxhall Road. I don't know why.
Well, you've made a mockery of, you made a monkey out of the man.
Poor old Gibbo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's asking that he's got a question there.
What?
Can Karl get rid of slugs? I don't know what that means. I'm almost certain he can.
Just
So well done to,
if he's been listening, if he was listening a few months ago, he would have known how to.
Go on.
Because I told you what slugs like.
What?
Getting in letterboxes.
How does that get rid of them?
Put some stamps in your garden. They like, they like stamp glue. So,
Yeah,
that's
and
what we got.
how does that get rid of them? They'd keep coming back, won't they? Then he goes, I can't believe it, we'd have to climb those boxes now, there's a fella leaving stamps
just
out
give it
for
a
us.
go. You've won some prizes and I've sorted your problem
No,
out.
how does that get rid of slugs? Leaving stamps out for them, their favourite food.
Because
It's like planting a load of lettuces, they love that.
well, it depends where he's got them. I thought he meant he's got them in his house.
Okay.
So,
Oh, to
I
put
dunno.
stamps on the outside, they go, there's loads of stamps out here, lads, let's leave this house.
right, so
Let's get out of this house.
we've got one more.
Go on.
Educating Ricky to
Go on and quick then, I need educating.
Right. Don't rub it too hard. You'll get a rasher.
How was he gonna outwit Darren Brown? You said something in the break.
Oh, I have to say, yeah, Darren Brown, who, we bumped into as well, and he did this incredible trick where he puts £40 down on the table. He says, I can tell you which hand you've got a £1 coin in, let's say 5 times out of 5, you know, so I have a £1 coin in one hand, I put it behind my back, I bring my hands out, and he can tell me every single time which hand it's in by asking questions, by doing various
Well, he
things.
doesn't ask it, he just goes, no, you might put it in that one, you might do the same again, but then you're an intelligent person, you're probably not won't you? He goes, so it's in that one, and he does it every time,
And he gets
it's
it every time.
incredible.
It's absolutely majestic, and I mentioned this to Karl,
Yeah.
and, well, Karl, you tell me how you think you could outwit Darren Brown. Because your dad used to do this trick, you told me.
My dad used to play this.
Yeah. How old were you?
Dunno, probably about 10.
So you probably weren't as sharp as you were now then.
So he used to play it, and the way of telling what hand he's got it in, his hand looks bigger. So that's what you've got to do.
That's how he did it then! That's
So
how
to catch Darren out, to catch
It was a bit
Darren out,
different because he did it with golf balls, but
but to catch Darren out, Karl told me, Rick,
He did it with a spud!
to catch Darren out,
Yeah.
the hand which hasn't got the coin in, just make it slightly bigger. Just make it, extend it slightly so it's slightly larger, and that'll catch Darren out. He'll never be able to
So
stop
that's
that.
how he did it.
or just put £1 in each hand.
Okay.
And wind him up. Just go, no, you're wrong.
You are brilliant, Carl.
Yeah.
Do this one.
Did your dad used to do the one where he takes your nose off of your face and puts it between his fingers?
Did you keep going to the doctors?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Right.
You know how that's done? You know he's not actually taking your nose
It's his
off.
thumb. Go
It
on.
is his thumb.
Last one.
Yeah.
Don't rub it too hard, you'll get a rasher. It's been a mess today, hasn't it?
What do you mean it's been a mess?
It's been a mess.
What has?
This.
What? The show?
Yeah.
How has it been any worse?
It's just all over the place. There's no sort of, it's not tight like it normally is. And she'll be going away with this, thinking that's what the show would be like.
She listens
On
to the show.
MTV.
She knows it's a shambles every week. Go on.
Well, don't rub it too hard, you'll get a rasher.
Yeah.
Do you know the saying, ham it up?
Yeah, go on, yeah.
Right, well, do you know what it means?
Well, it means to overact.
Right. Well, years ago, with actors in musicals and stuff, the actors used to look pretty ill on the stage because they didn't have proper makeup and that.
Right.
Right. So what they used to do, to make themselves look
Rub their face in pigs?
well, they got bacon, rubbed it on the face, and it made the face a bit sticky because of all the, like, you know, the pig fat and bit of lard and stuff like that. And then they'd go and get some bricks.
Bricks.
Yeah, house bricks. Rub them together, make some sort of red dust from the brick, and then put the dust on the face. And the fat and the lard and that would make the dust stick to the face. And they'd look well under the lights. And that's where
They'd smell great as well.
Yeah, well...
lovely. Everyone likes the smell of bacon.
No, but... So that's the old, ham it up. That's where
like
that comes from.
You know, if it's true, I've no reason to think that it's not.
So that's your third Educating Ricky today. So, what have you learned?
Nothing. Absolutely sod all.
You've got your hamming it up.
Yeah.
Rams are gay. They know which ones are gay now.
Now!
And,
At last, thank God.
The fella who can hand read, an arse.
If you missed the rest of the show, what are you gonna make of that? Have you just tuned in?
You are a maniac, Carl.
So-
And you've had your screen test. I reckon we'll be seeing you on MTV or VH1 in the near future.
How much is it? How much? I mean, she can't answer. What do you reckon I'll get? Because you see, the annoying thing is, I've just bought a flat in London,
Yeah,
in central London.
yeah,
MTV's in Camden.
yeah.
I wouldn't have bought in central London if I'd have known I'd had to go there. That was to make my life easier so I could walk to work. So now I've got to go out of my way. So I need to cover that.
To be truthful, I'm not sure that the MTV gig is a certainty yet.
She's pretending she's not sure, but she can't wait to sign me up.
Yeah.
I reckon you maybe start off with a few little interstitials, just like, you know, what do you think make of that? Or Karl says, and, you know, a few of them. I reckon you'll make a few grand.
Why has it got to be music? Why can't it be? I think that idea on the animals is good. I can do film stuff. I can talk about films. Elephant Man. Love that.
Go on then, do a film review, quickly.
Right, well today on, film review, we're doing, classic films, and today we're looking at, Elephant Man, John Merrick, one of his better pieces of work. It's a sad film. I've never really been able to watch it all the way through.
Sorry, John Merrick's better piece of work was him being the Elephant Man, played by John Hurt.
Yeah.
Go on then.
Sad film. When I was younger.
Tell us a bit about it. What is it about? Who's John Merrick?
It's about a fella who's got a funny head.
Right, tell us this.
And, you know, he lives in, I think he lives in London, in like about the 1930s or something like that. And he's being picked on all the time and stuff. And, first time you watch it, you'll probably cry a bit. And then the second time you watch it, you're just sort of thinking, God, that would be bad. Sort of having a head like that being picked on all the time. Then the third time you watch it, you might think, you know, oh, how does he get his jumper on? Then, dunno, probably bored of it fourth time. but it's well worth watching, so, Elephant Man,
Brilliant.
yeah, see it.
Brilliant.
I think if you want to get on TV, Carl, you'd be better as the subject of maybe like an omnibus documentary. Living with Karl. Or maybe one of those, appeals in Comic Relief. It doesn't all go to the people abroad, you know. There's some people in this country that need our help.
See you later. What is it?
That's the Libertines, Time for Heroes.
Oh, yeah. So, Karl, what a great day. Karl, he's done his, screen test. That's going back to, MTV now, to the big wigs to have a look at. Shouldn't mention wigs. We've had, Rockbusters. We've had, Educating Ricky. We had Educating Karl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, Claire here next week, so.
Yeah. But you'll be back for the big Christmas spectacular.
Yeah, and that's that. I've not been happy today.
Go on, why?
If someone's listened for the first time today, it is normally better than this.
It's not.
No, it is. It is.
I don't think it is.
So,
I really don't think it is.
So that's that then. So I'll see you in
2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
Alright, enjoy yourself.
Cheers.
Best of luck with MTV.
Alright, I'll see you later.
Okay.
See ya.
Cheers.
Eminem, Lose Yourself on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant.
know.
But not Karl Pilkington.
No, Karl, no.
He's gone back to Manchester, innit? It's better than London.
Yeah.
You don't know it, Manchester's better than London. instead Claire Sturgis.
Claire Sturgis round of applause for Claire,
Thanks.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
posses,
Yeah, he's coming there in sort of the camouflage gear, and is that quite trendy? Is that what the kids
Yeah,
are
do you know,
wearing?
it's funny. Someone actually mentioned
Or
that
are
this
you on
morning.
manoeuvres?
Yeah,
I am
exactly.
actually, taking time out this morning from what I normally do.
Sure.
I missed the second half, talking like that, of Celebrity Boot Camp.
I don't know what that
Coolio.
is it?
The fella from Milli Vanilli.
What, the one that's not dead?
Eh?
No, the one that South Steve.
Okay. No, I just want to clarify for people. A lot of people don't realise that one of them is dead.
Right.
I thought it was important to mention it.
Actually, yeah, I didn't know.
I'll be honest with you, I hadn't thought it through.
No.
It was a piece of interesting Milli Vanilli trivia that I had, and I wanted to slip it in.
It wasn't really trivia, because it was a question. You went, what? The one
Rick,
who's not
what
dead.
I'm saying, Rick, is I could have found a more tactful way of bringing up the death of one of Milli Vanilli, because I think there's a lot of people out there now upset, maybe Claire
Actually,
didn't
yeah,
realise.
people who didn't know.
That's quite a shock. I didn't see, I mean, I should have sat people down.
Who died? Vanilli or Millie?
I think it was Millie.
No,
Right,
it's
okay.
Vanilli. Well,
Is it, I don't know,
no, but
which
I
one.
didn't know.
that
I'm guessing.
is-
Actually, I'm guessing.
What
Wait, no, I'm
about
not
that?
confusing Milli Vanilli and Scritti Politti, am I? Because, I mean, that is a danger.
Oh, no, you're thinking of the fella out of Grumple Palumple. He was amazing.
He was amazing. It's a great shame that he topped
Grumple
himself.
Palumple, they're not around this. Anyway, cool, we've got some great tunes lined up. We're gonna play today, our favourite singles
It's
of the year.
favourite tunes, some of which
Tune-
didn't
yeah.
quite make it as singles maybe, but tunes of the year, because obviously Christmas very soon and we'll be away for a short time. And,
I think next week we'll be doing our favourite Christmas songs of all time.
yeah, I'm worried we're not going to fill 2 hours with that. I mean, how many times can you play Shakin' Stevens before...
Fairy Tale of New York.
yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the only one, isn't it, really?
That's the best one. That's the best Christmas
That one's
song
good,
ever.
but obviously there's Joni Mitchell's The River, that starts with a kind of Christmassy
Beautiful,
feel.
beautiful.
I don't think if there's anything else, not great deal.
The
so
waitresses, Christmas wrapping.
is that one?
Is that
Favourite
brilliant?
of mine.
Is that good?
Yeah.
So this is Christmas. John Lennon. Paul McCartney came out with Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time.
Christmas time, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
John's was Happy Christmas War is over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course it wasn't, but,
Hey,
optimistic.
but I mean, at least he wanted
No,
it to be.
he was dreaming of it. He was dreaming of it.
Yeah. That's, I mean,
and bless him.
And to show how much
I
he
don't.
hated
John
war.
Lennon's dead as well. I don't know if anyone's.
Yeah, no, they do
Oh,
know
yeah, that's
that.
just another bit of
I
rock and roll
like
trivia.
John's protest against war. He stayed in bed for a week.
Yeah.
I've been doing
I've done
that. I've been
yeah.
protesting against war for ages.
Yeah.
I'm eating hamburgers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Against war.
Absolutely.
I just go into Burger King on the way here. I went to the counter. I
But
said,
of course, that's not. I mean, not product placement there. And there's a number of other burger joints that people may wish to go to if
I
they
often go to
choose.
McDonald's.
Yeah,
I often
exactly,
go to McDonald's. But I went into Burger King because it's close. And I went in there.
It's convenient, but then often McDonald's will be convenient. I mean,
Convenient. McDonald's is just
it
convenient.
yeah,
Depends where you are.
Just as convenient depending where you
Yeah.
are.
And I said, could I have a cheeseburger and small fries? Take away, please. And he recognised me. He went, oh, I've seen you on telly enough, one, yeah? He went, there's your meal, sir. I went, thanks. He winked and went, I'll put large fries in.
Brilliant.
So that's
So,
the sort
but I
of-
love it's.
So it's paying off. At last, true genius is being rewarded
But I'm
by
just
the
intrigued to
burger
know,
joints.
because I mean, there's been a couple of times where I've been with you, and we've gone in a restaurant and someone's given you a free meal or whatever.
I
And it's the
know.
way that it's like you don't ask for it; it's
No.
just kind of offered. But I don't know what they're expecting in return.
Nothing.
I mean, do they
Nothing.
think that you'll go away and you'll always think fondly of Chad, who works in Burger King?
I just think they think, oh, I don't know, they make
I'm
like
going to
the-
give him a little treat.
Yeah, I know. I don't like it, but then I'm always grateful, and I never.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I'm slightly embarrassed.
Did
but-
anyone around you hear what had happened?
No.
Because I imagine the resentment, just the whole room
No,
turning
they
on
didn't.
you.
I had to go around telling them.
Yeah,
I went and said, excuse me, did you hear that? He goes, no. I go, he just gave me the free thing because I'm on the telly. And I went,
Yeah.
I don't recognise. I went, you don't recognise me?
I'm terrified now that that someone could be listening at Burger King HQ. You know,
And
I'm
that little
assuming this
fella-
is an unorthodox procedure.
and
you
that
know.
little fella's got fired.
But we know they know it's Leicester Square now because I just mentioned it, so they know which Burger King it is.
Oh my god. I don't know.
What was his name?
Ralph Littleton. He had a name badge.
Yeah.
Number 342.
Well, I just hope Littleton doesn't get in trouble.
So,
you know.
what we're gonna play
That could be a
first?
sad Christmas for him. He's probably keeping his whole family afloat.
Betty Springsteen.
Well, tunes of the year. I mean, I know people dismiss Springsteen, but as I say, the gig I went to see earlier in the year, I made it. In the
Sturgis
end.
couldn't
It was
believe we were gonna
quite
play Springsteen.
Brilliant.
She was-
I just think, you know, leave aside what you think is cool and trendy and the fact that he's older now or
Really?
whatever else.
Really?
Just leave all that behind
Yeah.
and just listen to the tunes because, you know, he remains a great musician. Let's play it.
Lonesome Day?
Lonesome Day's the current single and it's the first track on the album. And,
free chips.
absolutely. That's brilliant, the boss.
Do we care if it's trendy?
I don't care.
We're like Huey Lewis. It's hip to be square, Steve.
That's true. We should play some Huey.
Oh, we can't.
Can we?
No.
Oh, come on, the power of love.
No.
Oh.
It's a curious thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It makes one man
beat, no, it's another man sing. I don't know what's going on there. It's weird, isn't it?
It's strange.
Oh, flipping heck.
Yeah.
Springsteen there.
Yeah, no, obviously he's playing again next year sometime.
I bet even trendy people thought, well, yeah, it's all right.
But
yeah.
I mean, yeah,
I bet they wanted to rock. I bet they wanted to drive along a freeway.
Well, I think you've got to be hard pushed to turn over the channel if you're driving and that's playing. Who wouldn't want to be driving a car while that's playing? You know? Down an open freeway.
We are sounding. I know there's a little bit of irony in it, but we are sounding like Dr. Fox. Did you see? Did you see the final of Fame Academy?
No, I don't watch Fame Academy. I'm
Foxy got in there. He was in the audience.
Really?
No.
Yeah,
How did Foxy
not
work
enough
in?
being on Pop Idol. He was in there. Like, watching them. And do you know who was sitting next to him?
Next to
in
Foxy?
disguise.
In disguise?
In disguise, he had a little beard and a woolly hat on, looked like a badly drawn boy. Mackenzie Crook.
Really?
And we had to, we taped it, yeah, and I went, it is, and we taped it, and he was there. So he's back from America.
Was
and
it obviously a false beard?
No, I think he's...
Is he befriended Foxy?
I don't know.
Are they hanging out together
We're
now
gonna see
on the
him tonight.
honk?
We're gonna see him
What was
tonight.
he doing in the States then? What was he doing?
He's doing a
that's-
film,
yeah,
so,
Mackenzie.
yeah.
In fact, he probably is wearing a beard. He plays, we can't say too much about it, but he's playing a pirate, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, we'd make a good pirate.
Yeah, exactly. So far he's been cast as a pirate and a ghost, which seems to make sense.
Oh, dear.
So, I'll be probably pumping him for information about Foxy, because, you know, I'm a big fan of Foxy, as you know.
I know.
Both a DJ and a medical man.
I like that. I like the way that you got Pumping and Foxy in the same sentence.
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I loved him.
Calm down.
Did you just say you're going to see him tonight? Is it Comedy Wars tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's the big
so
do,
exciting.
yeah.
You're going, obviously.
Yeah.
Of course.
What are you wearing? What are you wearing?
Very boring, I'm afraid.
What?
Very traditional tuxedos. aren't we?
Tuxedos. We went shopping together and bought them. It's quite sad. I don't know. I should have said that. And lost a certain degree of rock and roll cool.
It was funny,
that's
because I
good.
went straight in, I went 42 chest, 36, 30 leg, that's fine, right? Steve, I had to stay there looking at Steve trying about 9 jackets so the arms weren't too short.
Yeah.
I suggested at one point go down to London Zoo and see what the gibbons wear. Because it's every single...
Those little jackets you see them wear when there's an organ grinder. Now, who's making those?
I want one of those.
Yeah.
6'9".
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Have you got the cummerbunds and things? You've got...
Well, this is the thing. My father phoned up. You know, I have conversations with my parents, which are always they'll phone up and it'd be like, "All right, how's it going? Yeah. What are you having for tea? What are you having for tea? Probably having a lovely. I'll probably have a spaghetti bolognese tonight, Dad. Oh yeah. What have you had, Dad? Oh, your mother just made a lovely lasagna, Steve. I mean, it literally, that's the conversation. It's like, yeah, I think every parent is they're just interested in food that you've eaten, food you're planning to eat, food you've enjoyed in the past, because they just want to know you're eating.
That is
And then, have you got enough vitamin C? Got enough vitamin C tablets? Because I can always send you some. I can buy them myself, Dad. I'll send you some. It's not a problem. Dad, I don't need to. So anyway, I say, he says, what have you done? You know, and I'm trying to think. I think to myself, he'll be impressed if I bought a tuxedo. I say, I bought a tuxedo.
Will he like that? Yeah.
He said, you bought a tuxedo. Why didn't you rent it? I said, well, it was quite cheap. He went, how cheap? Told him the price. He went, no, it's not bad, not bad. Elaine! You just bought a tuxedo! He just bought a tuxedo, Elaine! Yeah? He said, have you got a cummerbund? I said, a cummerbund. I said, do I need a cummerbund? He said, well, you're gonna be dancing?
like he knows the
Like he knows, like he's some kind of, like, I don't know the man's ever worn a suit, let alone a tuxedo. What does he know about?
I love your dad.
Gonna be dancing? I just the idea of him being at some kind of do and right, Elaine, jackets off, cummerbunds on, time for a dance.
You know a cummerbund? Do you wear it over your braces then? Because those things are... Because you're not wearing a belt, I assume.
No, you wear it under the braces, I think.
No,
No,
you don't.
do you? I don't
wear
know.
it over it, don't you? 'Cause
Over the belt, but braces is different.
There's no
Different.
belt.
Well,
There's
no,
no
if
belt
you...
on a tuxedo, is
No,
there?
you're right. No, you're right. It is over the braces.
Sorry, how many people tuned to XFM are worrying about the etiquette of cummerbunds?
but this is important because of the Comedy Wars which is going on. It's live tonight.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Well, that's
But I'll tell you
why
this, Rick, I tried on the tuxedo I bought yesterday, I got a new shirt as well. I look like James Bond. I'm not gonna lie to you. No, I do look like
can't
James
wait.
Bond. I look exactly like him. It's uncanny. It is uncanny.
Really? Because the bloke in there said you look like a lanky streak of piss and I looked good.
No.
No, he did.
Because as you were walking out the shop, he called me back in and said, you know that
I
fat
know,
man
that
off
was
the
for
telly?
show. That was for show. Because when, the very last time when you
He
were
said
definitely...
you look like Oddjob. He said you look like Oddjob.
No, he said
you look like Blofeld. He said you look like...
you were definitely on the tube, he said
you look like Blowjob. He said you look like
freaking streak
Blowjob.
of piss with a stupid gingery blonde hair and
He said you look like a combination of Blofeld and Oddjob. You look like Blowjob. He said
is a lanky twat.
He said Blowjob.
Richard Ashcroft on XFM 104.9. That's in the top 5 for me, the singles of the year so far. Well, yeah, we're talking about, what are we talking about? Comedy Awards, your dad, Cummerbund.
My father's cummerbund.
I'm sure it is over the braces, I think.
Yeah, well, if anyone knows that, if anyone knows the kind of, rules.
So, are you actually wearing one?
Rules.
Are you actually wearing
a cummerbund? Well, I asked him, he said no, he said don't bother.
No,
but then I'm thinking, what if I dance?
What?
If I do some grooving later?
You shouldn't.
Why not?
Well, I've seen you dance
Don't
before.
give me that.
No.
Don't give me that.
No, wait. It's not that you're not a good
That dance you did in the
dancer.
office, that's your best dancer.
No, it's not that you're not a bad dancer. It's that I've seen you hit people in the face with your elbow.
So there's always going to be casualties.
Actually, Rick,
if someone's It's murder on the dance floor.
I've danced with Steve.
Have you?
At one of indie discos at Uli.
There you are, you've never forgotten.
And he's good. He's
I am
alright.
pretty good, aren't I? Yeah.
He is
I tell
actually
you, the only
alright.
problem is because
You
I'm
were
so
in the
tall.
bar, but he was
Because I'm so
alright.
tall, I do tend to tower like 2 foot above everyone else, and that does make me look slightly
freakish.
I wasn't going to use that word, but I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
So I do feel slightly self-conscious.
Why
so
don't you hold them? Why don't you carry them when you're dancing with them? So they're...
Well, no, but the thing is because
then you could dance with Jeanette Cranky and still not look too weird.
Sure, but
that
the thing
wouldn't
is,
be weird, would it? You holding Jeanette Cranky and dancing with her. Would that be weird?
I think we've all had that fantasy. But, what I tend to do is because I'm conscious that everyone is can see me and that I'm sort of, I'm quite visible on the dance floor, what I'll tend to do is maybe dance on any kind of podium that they might have in some of the bigger dance clubs or, any kind of stage. I just get up there, bust some moves.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, I may as well put myself on public display.
Yeah.
Rather than just people thinking.
Because then you're going, look, I know what I look like.
Yeah, I know how great I look. Yeah.
No.
No, because it's, that's your opinion if you don't think it, but that's again a lot of jealousy. I mean, a lot of what you say is jealousy.
He went for the normal shirt, I went for the wing collar. I just thought I might as well.
I do like a wing collar, actually, yeah. What about a proper bow tie?
I went a bit berserk. I even bought, Union Jack cufflinks, because it's the British Comedy Awards.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Who's hosting
well,
this
more money than sense. It's brings to mind.
Yeah.
I mean, you're earning so much cash now that you don't know what to do with it, aren't you? Really? I mean, I don't know what it is you're spending on, but yeah.
I said how much, I said not expensive enough.
Exactly.
I said I'm gonna give you an extra tenner. Is it true? Talking about, when his dad, said that, and then you told me something that I find amazing.
Oh, well, the thing is, it's Christmas, obviously I've got to go back to Bristol. I love seeing my family. Well, yeah, I do. But it means I see my grandparents who are, brilliant people. I mean, lovely people, but mental. I mean, utterly mental. And, they've taken now there must be sort of 80 a piece. And it is quite an old age, but they're fairly good health, relatively speaking. And, they just spend their time in bed. I mean, that's all they do, is that's their profession, they've retired to go to bed. And they spend all the time in bed. I tell you what they're like that old they're like all that old family in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, none of them had got up for like 25 years.
Yeah.
And they
you said that they go to bed and they go to sleep, but then when they wake up, what they do is put an extra pillow, so they're slightly more upright, and that's them in the day
that's
in bed.
That's their daytime thing.
But they get up and cook and stuff.
What they do is they've got about 6 teeth between them. I mean, my grandmother needs false teeth, but refuses to go and have the old ones extracted and the false teeth fitted. So she's working with about 3 or 4 teeth.
Oh.
My grandfather had false teeth given to him during the war.
Wooden ones?
Well, it was plastic teeth on a wooden pallet, right, that sits at the top of the mouth. He's still got the wooden pallet, but most of the teeth have come off. So there's about 4 teeth left. 4 false teeth. He's got a set of false teeth that make him look like he needs false teeth. I mean, that's pretty bizarre. So the problem is that they have to get up They get up about 7 in the morning to put on, say, you know, some beef or lamb, whichever they're going to cook. They put it on at 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, so that by the time they eat it at 6 at night, they can use the phrase, this is what a good meal is for my grandparents, if they can use the phrase, oh, that's lovely, you away. You could away. Who wants that from a roast dinner? You may as well blend it up and serve it as a broth.
I don't want that phrase coming from old people without teeth.
No, indeed.
Because it must remind you of your rent boy days.
Exactly. It brings it all flooding back.
Oh,
you know.
God. Flooding's the word.
Exactly.
Should we play a record before we get really disgusting about your grandparents and blowjobs? That is the worst thing
we've said the word blowjob far too many times today.
And in the same sentence as you, I can't believe.
Anyway.
And it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Don't forget what Christmas is about.
Come on, spare a thought for the underprivileged people.
Yeah.
Steve, is it Ben Queller? Do you want to play
I love a bit Ben Queller. I don't know, are you a fan?
I love him.
Yeah, well, this is a cracking tune.
Okay.
And, and I think we'll enjoy that. Let's just
slam dunk it.
Why don't we just stop and think about what we've done? I'll tell you, they do spend so much time in bed that they actually, I'm sure War will have to sing. Ben Queller, in
That's
other words.
Fantastic. That ending is, oh God, it's like Ben Fold 5, bit of old Elton. That's great.
You had him in session, didn't you, Claire?
Yeah.
Did you meet him or did you? Because he's quite young, isn't he?
He's very young. He came in about 6 months ago to do something for John Kennedy, and also a session for me, and I repeated it this week as a best of the year sessions, because he did 3 songs, stunning stuff.
It's just him and the piano, was it, or him and a guitar?
It was just him. Yeah. Him with a couple of instruments. Stunning. And also he did a Dingwalls gig for XFM listeners, and the reaction from the listeners phoning up trying to get tickets was incredible.
Really?
It really has touched a nerve.
Yeah.
And well, like you say, Ricky, I mean, it's really...
That's great.
Well, I just think we were talking, there's a kind of lack of music that sort of seems to be making use of instruments and and just the sound you can make with a piano and a guitar and drums, you know what I mean? It's like, it's so invigorating, and you get kind of stuff like, you know, the Streets and whatever else, or, you know, kind of hip-hop and stuff, and I like the fact that a lot of, pleased to see Miss Dynamite on Top of the Pops last night using a live band. Really kind of, it really made her whole sort of R&B sound really exciting.
Better than the other one. Yeah.
Anyway, that's us being Muso.
That's us being terribly Muso. I like
that's
that.
being Muso for the year.
That's enough of that.
Well, we are playing our favourite records.
Well, it's nice to be able to talk sensibly without Karl interrupting with some gibberish. You know? I mean, bless him,
Karl.
bless him.
I don't see it as
bless him.
gibberish.
He's probably listening on Sky or something.
Yeah, 864, channel 864, or around the world on xfm.co.uk. Get that in.
Is that what you have to do? What do you do today? You just go into the website, do you?
Go into the website, and click on...
I never get things like that to work on my computer.
Or you can go and check out the webcam, obviously, and see me in the camouflage gear.
Yeah. You won't see you, will you?
You won't see me, no.
Now, so what do you do? Just go into the website, and what does it say? Play live online?
Yeah,
listen
live.
It's just like listening down the phone line?
Yeah.
I sound like I've come from the 1950s,
yeah, exactly.
don't I?
You've come from the 19th century. What's this?
I'm not very, I was going to say something then, but I can't.
Can we just very quickly, before we move on, because I'm getting very excited about the Comedy Awards. Now, I know what you're wearing, and you've got a table with all your mates there. Is Jonathan Ross doing it again?
Yeah, that's why it's my favourite.
And,
I hate awards. I do honestly hate them, but this is actually an event because it's Jonathan Ross. It's just...
Well, because I'm talking to someone about it, and I might mention it, before, but we did an award ceremony. We went to an award ceremony last year, where everything was sponsored by corporate groups, you know, by businesses or by different. It was a kind of everything was sponsored, and I swear to God, the pudding was sponsored by Electrolux.
Yeah.
And I'd never eaten a pudding before, sponsored by anyone. And it was, it was a very odd affair, that. I thought that was very strange. Because it seemed as though corporate people had paid for a table, so that so when we came out, someone came on stage and said, well, we've got a lovely a wonderful collection of celebrities here this evening.
Oh, God,
do you remember that?
And it was, please be upstanding for your chairman, Tom O'Connor. Yeah. We were made to give Tom O'Connor a standing ovation.
We had to stand up so we could give Tom O'Connor, former presenter of Crosswits, a standing ovation. We're talking about the cream of British TV talent, giving him a stand-up. Not that he doesn't deserve it, I'm sure he's a great entertainer. But I think Sir Cliff was there, wasn't he?
Seen the back of the stage this week?
I don't want to talk about it, it's too embarrassing.
Why?
Tom O'Connor's on there, thanking Mel Young, the BBC, for giving him a part in Doctors.
Yeah.
I love that. He had to take out a whole page. So sweet.
He obviously spent the fee being paid for the show. He's just so pleased to be back on TV.
It was, what, an advert? He said.
Yeah.
A whole page thanking the BBC for having him back on telly. But we're laughing, but it's going to happen to you in about a year's time.
Exactly. Oh, God.
Anyway, I just want to know, bad behaviour. Who do you think's going to behave badly this year? Because
I don't think anyone.
We've had, you know...
Well, we had the
Barrymore and Clary and...
Clary, the fisting, and Barrymore throwing his monitor.
That was funny.
it? The Hearn, what was she? Oh, she's
there's not any of the kind of. There's not really any sort of. There's not really any kind of wayward people at the moment, is there, in showbiz? In terms of entertainment comedy, there's no one who sort of seems to have a drunk or drugs problem.
I'm worried
sadly.
about Ricky.
Sadly,
I'm worried that something might take hold. The devil may care.
No, I think he's very careful. He is a bit careful. Yeah.
He's so. I mean, too tired.
Yeah,
too tired. Shout and scream.
You have been kind of coughing and wheezing throughout today's show.
I had a fight, didn't I?
Oh, we should talk about the fight. Yeah, we can't give out the result. We can't give the result out on the fight, but...
No, I've got a cough. I just got a cough again.
Got a bit of a cough?
I'm scared I'm allergic to something. What if I'm allergic to... I was worried today that...
What if you're allergic to wheat?
Oh, no. Well, that'd be terrible. But I was worried, what if I'm allergic to my cat?
Get rid of it.
Oh, no.
Well, it seems that easy, but...
Well, it is that easy. Throw it out the window. That's how I sort out that. I'm not a trained doctor, but that's how I sort that one out.
I just like to apologise for any,
But they always land on their feet, don't they, cats? So that'll be fine.
do,
And it's got 9 lives, so if it lands on a spike, it'll be fine.
Oh, don't. What happened to me?
Because you can't laugh, because of the fight and the ribs.
Oh, yeah,
Because you took quite a I have to say, though, that, I remember we were talking on the radio about what Ricky should come out to for the big match. For those that don't realise, Ricky at Christmas, there's a TV show on. Ricky, I don't know why, even to this day, why you agreed to do it.
Nor do I.
But, he's doing a celebrity boxing match, fighting, and he was described at the beginning of the fight, Rick, I don't realise if you, I don't know if you know this, he was described as entrepreneur, Grant Bovey.
Well,
husband of Anthea Turner. I don't know what that means exactly.
Well, he does bits of business, actually.
Businessman.
Sure. Yeah, businessman, entrepreneur.
Yeah.
But,
like Arthur Daly
what
was
was I described as?
Yeah, you were described as I think funny man.
Oh, right,
he might be something like that, or a comedian and actor. But Ricky came out to, Mama Said Knock You Out by LL Cool J.
Nice.
I don't know whose suggestion it was, I think it might be mine, but it was, blinding. And I noticed you were really, it was ludicrous, really. You came out in the shorts, you had the,
Well, I was acting up.
I know, but you really
they were going, don't you laugh, all my corner, and I think I overdid it, didn't I?
Well, he was kind of prowling around the ring, staring staring Bovey out and staring the crowd out.
So embarrassing.
And kind of looking really, but of course he's got this ludicrous beer belly. Do you know what I mean? So it looks like Johnny Vegas is like the first boxing. Yeah. And Bovey looks quite a sort of athletic guy,
He's really
so he
fit,
looks like he could actually be a boxer.
But did you have like obviously they're filming it for telly. Did you have the production crew saying, right, stop, cut, can you just throw that punch again?
No, it was a real fight.
They just let them go.
I think people are going to be surprised. I think they're going to see it's a real fight.
And I tell you, it's unpleasant. I mean, it's actually an unpleasant thing.
Okay, well, I'll tell you now what Karl said, because Karl was there, and he said to me, I can't do his accent. He went, oh no, it wasn't nice. It wasn't nice.
No, it was, although I have to say, I was really kind of riled up by it. I mean, I've never been to a fight before, and I just was like, come on! I was like, smash his face! I was really shouting, I was just going crazy.
Shouting for me, though, were you?
No, I was shouting for, then I just decided to try and freak everyone, so I was shouting, kiss him, snog him, lick him, ask him out! I was shouting that in a vain attempt to throw someone, and, it was extraordinary, but I tell you, I think you'd be better off, like, if they sort of brought back wrestling from the 70s, like Big Daddy and Haystack.
Like Nick McManus.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think you've got more the physique for wrestling.
I think I'm too young for wrestling on British television.
They were always about 65.
I think they're 58, one of them, Les Keller.
Yeah, but the outfits are fun.
Oh, they get, a bit too tight, weren't they?
Yeah, and it was always that kind of shiny, whatever preceded lycra.
I know, with just a little winkle showing.
Little winkle.
Little man with a little winkle in their tight shorts.
Why were you looking? Oh, I've done you.
Oh, play a record.
I've done you. I'm not. Answers, please. I'm not one of them. You're not looking at mine now, are you?
Yes. sounds of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and they're still going strong.
Oh, indeed, yes.
That's one of my favourite tunes of the year.
You enjoyed that? Yes, absolutely.
These are all mutual. We love them all. We're not
absolutely,
really, we're not annoying each other by putting in songs the other one doesn't like. We're like a team today, isn't it? I think that's the Christmas spirit. I don't know what it is.
We've come together. We're sort of unified. Yeah, in the absence of Karl.
Yeah.
Who often divides us. He often comes between us.
Does he?
Like, yeah. Well, I'll tell you what it's like. It's like a child. Like, it's like we're a married couple and he's sort of our autistic child or something, you know, and sometimes it just puts a strain on the marriage. You know, we all three of us love each other. You know.
Because he does love you guys.
Yeah, exactly, but sometimes it's hard.
I hear him talking about you in the office sometimes, you know. He looks up to you, aspires to you too.
But it's times like this because of, to be honest, the baby Jesus, that we realise that there's beauty in everyone and it's all right. Yeah.
Exactly. He's never had that before.
No.
Well, I have to say that I'm really getting into the Christmas spirit. When I was younger, I didn't really enjoy it. I was quite cynical. I was quite, rock and roll. But now I'm sort of, I walk in a department store and if there's one of the old, chestnuts are roasting on an open fire, which that classic tune, or any of those.
One of those old boys that stand outside the British Museum.
Right, yeah.
No, right, you mean the tune, yeah.
You know, that one, or, how does it go? Chestnuts roasting on an open fire?
Chestnuts roasting on, Jack Frost nipping at your nose.
But I can't get enough of them. I love it. I'm in a department store, it's frosty outside, it's warm in there.
Have you ever roasted your chestnuts on an open fire?
I have never done that, no.
Imagine
I have not done that. I have not done that.
Just backing up to it, like that, with your little chestnuts hanging out like a bulldog.
What would you be wearing? You'd probably just, I imagine you'd have your dressing gown on, you'd just hoik it up
just
slightly,
pull
so
it
your
up,
arse was showing.
Pop 'em down, like, tuck it in like a lovely lady.
Yeah.
So like a lovely lady from the front, but behind, it looks like a bulldog dragging a tree. And you just pop them in the grate.
Yeah. And you would, because you want to be careful of too much roasting, so I imagine you'd want to just kind of ease yourself in slowly.
Lightly toast them.
And if it feels too hot, get out of there. Get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
That's, if any kids are listening, try that.
No!
What?
No!
Like there's a kid thinking, I'm gonna roast my chestnuts on an open fire. I don't think there's even a child that's doing that.
I don't want someone to do it and then the parents go, and Steve Merchant's, told our children to do it. We're probably we're probably in trouble now because of that.
Where's a kid gonna find an open fire like those? I mean, it has to be the sort that they use, those kind of barrels. It can't just be open fire at home. That doesn't count. That's just stupid. If you're gonna do it properly.
Oh no. We're having such a nice time there.
We've lowered the tone. I'll tell you what'll perk us all up though. Richard Anderson has emailed us. Dickie Anderson.
He's loving the show, is he?
Well, I don't know if you've heard this, Karl. Karl? I've called you Karl.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm Claire, pleased to meet you.
Is it the shaved head or the stupidity?
Yeah. It was the k sound. Because didn't I call you Arthur or Jack or something last time?
You called me,
I can't remember.
I don't know, but it was quite embarrassing.
Claire, I'll be honest with you, Claire's quite an unmemorable name.
I know.
But yeah, Dickie Anderson, he's a guy, I'll be honest with you, he's not a big fan of the show. But well, we're getting into winning round. He says, dear Ricky, the more disappointing your show becomes, the more I seem to look forward to it. Now I see your face plastered across London. Is your show some sort of curse put on me by an old gypsy woman I've annoyed? A good point, Dickie, but,
Dickers.
But Randers, as I call him.
He can't listen now, I know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's tucked him in, he's backing into the fire as we speak, and he wants to roast them until they spit. Oh dear. Thanks for listening, Anders.
It's a Merry Christmas to you and Happy New Year.
And as you know, you've got a lot to look forward to, because our first hour is always the best.
That's exactly.
So you're going to be loving it till 3. Oh dear. What should we play?
Well, this is, every so often I get sent, a CD by a friend of mine, Harry, who, just sorts me out with tunes that I may have missed.
That's such a good idea, by the way.
It is a great idea, and, this is one that, I think it came out this year, it's a Teenage Fan Club, and they teamed up with Jad Fair, and I think it's a mixed bag, the album, apparently, but this is one of the good tunes on it, Near to You.
I'm afraid your CD isn't working. Oh, no, it is there. No. Oh, it's not me, Steve. Honestly, it keeps
Claire,
stopping.
it looks like it's you.
No, honestly.
You're pressing buttons, you're fiddling with buttons.
No, look, it comes back again, look.
Right, you can't play that.
Look, didn't touch it.
This never happens when Karl's here.
It does.
It does, you're right, yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'll swap it into another CD machine, and can we play Oasis?
Oh,
It's another one of my favourites. The Oasis back on form.
Yeah, Rick, I'm not discrediting the tune, I just feel like...
Oh, Steve's not
carry on. No,
it
was a good hour. It was a good hour of radio, and it's just been cheap.
Actually, you're right, it's just gone 2 o'clock, and already...
Yeah.
Starting to fall apart.
Well, this
doesn't bode well for the Comedy Awards.
This is a good anthem. This is a good Britpop anthem. Old Noel back on form with the old singer-songwriting. This is Little by Little, and Oasis. He's a giant. He's like a giant, isn't it? And he's a giant, and he starts off little and gets bigger.
Little by little, he gets bigger.
Little by little, but it's bigger by bigger, I'd have called it.
Yeah, well, that's what makes you, a genius.
Award-winning.
Yeah,
Oasis, Little by Little.
Little by Little, do you want to explain who you are?
We played some great tunes. I'm Ricky Gervais.
No, I'm Steve Merchant, and that's Claire Sturgis, and it's XFM 104.9.
Yeah. And,
playing the great tunes.
What was it on Sky?
Channel 864. Ricky, people are saying they can't see on the webcam. You just stick a leg up or something, just so that's his foot.
Was it just on you, is it? Oh, because most...
But they can't see me because I'm in camouflage, so it's not a very interesting picture.
I got a wave, there you go. Yeah. Does anyone log online?
I don't know how does the webcam look? I've not ever seen on a webcam. Is it just kind of, because normally aren't they kind of really sort of, jarring and
Does it take pictures like a digital camera?
It's every 15 seconds it updates.
Okay.
You get a still picture.
Is it right? I see. Okay.
Right. Oh, it's still pictures, is it? I didn't realise that.
Yeah, every 15 seconds, yeah.
So they can't actually see, you know, like if I was to bust some amazing dance moves.
No, they
would just see.
Well, if you did it every 15 seconds like you move, they could then print them off and do like a flicker book.
That would work.
So they could see, they could see you doing windmills and, you know, really,
King Tuts.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah, scissor kick.
I'm running out of steam now, Steve, a bit tired.
Are you?
So I've got 15 minutes to do, so we better think of something to say or
I genuinely was going to ask you, because obviously Christmas is approaching and I've not even started to think about Christmas gifts, so I don't know how you're getting on, Claire.
I never do.
But, because Claire, you're aware of what Ricky bought his family last year, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know, I am, because he told me and I've completely forgotten.
It's extraordinary. It is extraordinary. I mean, how much thought and planning went into it?
Right, I was pressed for time.
How many kids were there? How many people were there?
This is it. I've got a big family, okay? Well, not big, but I mean, they've got lots of kids, so I'm sort of youngest in my siblings, and so they've got kids ranging from like 30 to babies, and there's about 15 of them.
And you buy them all?
Yeah, I'll try and get them.
Oh, nice.
So what
is it? Wait.
So I got a lift down. And I thought, what can I get? I thought, I can't just give them the money.
I'll stop you there straight away, if I may.
What?
You notice he's on the way down for Christmas Day.
Oh, right, so he's on the... Oh, right!
He's on the way down. This is when he starts... Boxing Day. So this is when he starts to think about buying them a gift.
Yeah.
On you go.
So, I was getting a lift, and, Matt was giving a lift down, so, just before we got there, I just ran across the road to the 7-Eleven, got 200 quid worth of scratch cards.
Scratch cards. Bear in mind, I think you were describing the family then. I noticed, some of them you described as babies.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So, children?
Yeah!
You're giving the children the gambling cards.
But that's lovely. I give them 10 each, so they could have won thousands of pounds. A lot of them were disappointed when they won nothing, but I said, kids, that's the gamble.
That's the risk you take when you receive a gift from me. But the great thing about getting,
some of them won! Some of them were laughing.
But the great thing about getting kids hooked on gambling as a Christmas gift is it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yes,
throughout your adult life.
It gives and it takes.
Exactly,
so it's fair.
I didn't hand them to children, I handed them to the parents.
Right, they chose to do them.
They could distribute them as they wanted.
Sure.
So what are you going to do this year, Ricky?
But how are you going to top that?
Yeah.
300 quid worth of scratch cards. I've got a bit of money now, a bit more.
It's the most thoughtless
and The Office on DVD.
gift I've ever heard
I think they might be getting The Office on DVD. Signed.
So that's already sent it up in value.
Oh dear. I know, that's pretty bad.
So have you seriously considered it this year?
No, I'm gonna go shopping. I'm gonna go shopping properly. Yeah.
If you want any help, I am the queen
Didn't you take
of
a small
shopping.
roulette wheel down there one year? Genuinely, didn't you buy like a roulette wheel?
No, I had it. That's down there from when I got it when I was about 10.
Oh, right.
And sometimes I'm the banker. I always win.
Yeah, of course.
So they've got to learn a lesson. The banker always wins. I bet it's a valuable lesson when they lose money to me.
You should just go down this year and just say, basically, I went to a casino. I put £10 chip on for everyone.
Exactly, yeah.
Here's the winnings.
You lost.
You won.
Yours came in. Yours was a donkey, love. Yeah.
But Steve, what about you then? Because I mean, you don't like shopping.
Well,
do
it's
you?
not that I don't like shopping, it's that I've got no ideas. You know, I'm running on empty with my parents. They don't appear, as far as I can make out, they don't appear to have any hobbies.
No.
I mean, I said to you before, my grandparents...
You don't like wasting money. I'm not being funny, but you don't like wasting money either, do you?
Well, I don't like wasting money, no. But I like to buy something practical for people. I like something which is gonna last, something that's value for money. I don't like novelty gifts.
Yeah.
No, I think novelty gifts are wrong.
I've mentioned to you that my grandparents spend all their time in bed. So there's only so many kind of, you know, sort of bed socks you can buy, you know, and ointment for, you know, bed blisters and so on before, you know, you run out of ideas.
What about some of those novelty teeth? Because that would be, you know, a nice jerky present, and they could probably come in useful for chewing the broccoli.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, do you know what would be nice? One of those... No, I'll tell you when. No,
go on.
those sort of travel pillows. So you know when you're travelling and your head sort of falls down like
but they travel from vertical to almost horizontal.
They're sitting up in their bed.
Get on one of them beds that come up. You're not made of money. What am I talking about?
Like Thora Heard's bed. Thora Heard's bed.
Does her feet ever touch the ground now? Do you know what I mean, though?
No, it's literally...
She goes shopping in one of those little trolleys. She goes straight into her room. She's up the stair lift. She gets lowered into the bath.
Yeah. It's
terrible.
Ludicrous. Lazy. I mean, I tell you that, but I mean...
Well, there's a whole
if you're earning the kind of money that, you know, that Heard is on, you know, with her songs of praise and whatever else.
Under the sofa,
exactly.
Money for
she
old
was at the Comedy Awards last year, wasn't she?
Well, I'll give her an award. She's up the stairs like a greyhound. She can move then. Yeah.
But so I've got no ideas. Absolutely no ideas.
Okay.
But any suggestions are welcome, Claire. What are you going to get your family? You've already thought this through.
No, I obviously can't tell you because they will be listening.
Right.
But they're all outside at the moment because my family are coming to meet me after the show and we're going to swap presents then because,
okay.
Outside.
Are there any Office
in Leicester
DVDs?
Square? No, I haven't.
Books?
No.
Because I should point out that the Office DVD is currently available.
Yeah.
Good,
I actually did go and buy... I actually went and bought it myself.
You can also buy it
and
online.
I am enjoying the scripts, by the way.
Excellent. That's in... I love the fact that we're authors in the top 10.
Yeah, we're in the top 10 bestseller list.
No, but to be fair, we're at number 7 in the paperback non-fiction. Now, I don't understand how that can be non-fiction.
Yeah.
Because it's the transcript from a made-up television
it's not a real
show.
documentary.
Exactly, yeah. But we're beating these poor people.
But we're officially best-selling authors.
I think that's fantastic.
Which is excellent. Which is
my favourite bits are the emails at the start. They are like
well, I mean, a lot of people don't know what you're talking about, Claire, but of course if they pop down to Waterstones or Boxy Petrol, they can sort themselves out there.
Oh, dear.
Nice. I like your style. Can we have some more music now?
Let's have, what we're playing? So Streets, maybe? I mean, Streets is obviously one of the albums of the year, and this is one of the
album of the year.
This is Week Becoming Heroes, I think the last single, and Dynamite it is too. Eric Sermon, and what's the tune called there?
It's called React. Yeah,
React.
From his debut, his 4th solo album.
Not bad.
I'm enjoying the tunes, Steve.
No, absolutely.
I'm enjoying the chat, I'm enjoying the tunes, I'm
keeping it real.
I'm enjoying the penultimate show before Christmas.
Last message from Anders, I suspect, for the day. He says, I've just roasted my chestnuts over an open fire. It's a lot more enjoyable than listening to your show.
He's
pretty snappy, is Anders.
Yeah,
you know, he keeps them coming, you know. It's a shame that, you know, that we sort of couldn't sort of maybe meet up with him and try and persuade him that, you know, he should come over to our side rather than, you know...
Come over to the side.
Exactly.
Yeah, come over to this side.
I think we've got him, though, because,
Do you think so?
Yeah, apparently they did this survey in America. People who loved Howard Stern listened to an average of, like, an hour and a half a week, and people who hated him listened 2.5 hours a week.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think he's probably more faithful a listener
yes.
than some of the people that quite like us.
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got to listen, I'm the same with some people, I've got to listen to things that I just think are awful, I can't you know, it's compulsive viewing. So, you know, I don't care if people listen to us because they hate us or like us.
No, indeed, as long as they're listening.
I was on the
as long
tube
as they're spending money on the advertisers.
other day. Yeah, I was on the tube the other day, and obviously there's lots of pictures of you guys, and there's a young couple. And the guy was trying to explain to the girl what you did, and he said, "No, you should check them out. That they do quite well, actually."
Really?
That's very sweet.
Why was he explaining to her? She just didn't know what was happening, or
I don't know. I sort of, as I walked by them.
Are you leaving out the fact that she went, "Oh, I hate that bloke"?
No, not at all. No, because I would say that because that would be quite.
He had some Germans laughing at him on the tube because they recognised him. You don't think of that?
Well, because obviously Ricky doesn't travel on the tube anymore. He's too rich for that.
I never did. I always thought it was beneath me.
Sure, but
they used to walk everywhere, didn't they?
But I'm still forced to take the tube, and sat on the tube, and it pulled up, and outside the window, just happened to be on the station, was one of the posters with us. So I was kind of there, not realising it was behind me, and these big kind of fat German or maybe Bavarian guys.
Well, they're in lederhosen eating sausages.
Yes, they were.
They're Bavarian.
Yeah, they were. And I noticed one of them kind of looked at me, then looked at the poster, then looked at me, just happened to say it, and wittered something to his friend in German. You know, I don't want to try and do an impression.
That's freaking goggle-eye.
Oh, whoa.
I think that. No, but I know what you're thinking it means. It doesn't mean that.
Right, okay.
It means.
What's a rough translation?
Elegant boy.
Right, okay, yeah. And so anyway, he pointed
goggle-eye.
He pointed out the poster, and his
That's
mate.
lanky piss and streak.
And his mate burst into laughter. And then we pulled.
Well, they've got a great sense of humour, the Germans.
Well,
that's the thing.
But we rumbled onto the next. We rumbled onto the next station, and the poster was in exactly the same place. And this time they tapped the shoulder of someone else on the train and pointed me out, and that person also laughed.
An Italian. An Italian bloke, there was a French. Was there a bloke with a bear hair and a little moustache on the other side?
Yeah.
Was it did you get on the United Nations Express? Just to. Oh, imagine that.
Yeah, it was faintly.
See the freak. Look at his freaky goggle eye.
Right, whereas, I love the fact that before, you were at least pretending to be speaking German. Now this is an Italian with an accent. It's just a guy speaking perfectly good English.
So
you've not even disguised the insult there.
Oh dear. Oh, that'd be lovely.
Try and insult me in other cod languages.
You could bring Europe together if they just, like, instead of Esperanto, that there was just one common language. The language of freaky goggle eye.
I'll tell you what would bring the Europe together. Is you maybe representing England on the Eurovision Song Contest.
Oh. That would be great.
With a self-penned tune.
Should I do that?
That would be magnificent. It's got to be worth thinking about.
Just about everyone being the same.
Yeah,
and,
just about people being equal.
Everyone, not
and also mentioning the euro. Yeah.
Yeah. Just doing that. I like all different. I like all different cheeses.
Oh, je t'aime la musique pop.
Yeah.
La Babybel. Et le cheddar. I mean, I'm not fluent French.
Le grand fromage.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be lovely, wouldn't it? And they'll all be there, all in their different.
Well, every line could be maybe in a different language.
Yeah, and what would I wear? I'd wear sort of like a kilt.
You'd wear but you'd also have on your head one of those kind of big, what are they called? Those big furry hats that beefeaters or whatever wear. Or
yeah, one of them.
Is it kind of a busby or something? A busby?
Yeah.
Wear one of those. Or maybe a kind of policeman's helmet.
That'd be
Bobby's helmet with the kilt.
Yeah.
He'd have the clogs.
I'd wear the policeman's helmet under the kilt, so they just thought I was really enjoying the show.
Yeah. Good idea.
Hey?
Excellent. We talked, well, I think we talked for about 3 minutes without having to mention some kind of genitalia.
We should celebrate by playing one of my tunes of the year.
Really? What one is it?
U2, Electrical Storm.
Oh, I know you're a big fan.
Yeah,
I know you're a
good
big
choice. Well done.
Cheers.
Electrical Storm, U2. I think that's my favourite of the year. If I had to pick one. That's great. And I do still feel slightly guilty about dissing them throughout the 90s. But, you know.
Don't feel guilty if you didn't like them, did you?
I like the 80s stuff, I didn't like the 90s stuff. I'm loving what they're doing in the 90s.
I think you're a bigger man than them, frankly, for being able to admit your past mistakes. I think you're better than Bono, despite all his charity work.
Yeah.
You're more of a noble figure.
Yeah, stop bothering the Pope, he's busy.
Exactly.
Well, yeah.
Rick, my mother always used to say to me that you should write and thank your aunties and so on for their gifts.
Yeah.
And, I feel like we should take a moment out, just to thank all the people that have emailed or written into us during the year, because we don't, basically, we're very lazy men and we never reply.
Well,
really.
I never look.
You never look at the
You
emails.
read them, and I go anything from me, and you go.
I reply very occasionally if I
You're
think it's
like my
worth it.
secretary when it comes to you protect me from, like, people who...
The insults and so on.
Yeah. Are there any insults, are there?
Oh, there's plenty. There's plenty, yeah.
Do you have to protect him, really?
Oh, God, yeah. There's lots of things I don't tell him. Lots of things I keep from him.
It's not very nice. I thought... Right.
Well, he's just not as popular as he thinks he is.
Oh.
He thinks that when he's, like, dancing around and making funny faces and squawking and making noises and stuff when we're filming, he thinks that everyone thinks that's enjoyable.
Yeah. What, people think I'm quite an annoying little prat, do they?
That's not the word they use, but you're near enough there. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, they didn't say prat, but you're on the right lines.
Okay.
But for instance, we had an email here from Graham. He says, please stop the chat and let's hear some more great ads, as I'm still not sure what mobile phone I should get the wife for Christmas.
Well, maybe this'll help you out.
Just having fun with the webcam.
Sorry. Yeah. We're just playing with the webcam.
The webcam's an absolute treat.
That is a lovely picture.
It's a little picture there of Steve on
That's lovely.
Right,
that keep the ladies happy.
That was Feeder.
If I know them.
Great. Yeah, no, that's one of my favourite tracks of the year as well.
Feeder, you've enjoyed that?
Which is what we're doing. God, it's gone quickly. It's only quarter of an hour to go.
Yes, indeed, yes. Karl will be back next week for our kind of Christmas, bonanza. I say that, we've got nothing planned. There's no reason why it should be a bonanza.
That'd be nice, yeah.
But so we'll play some Christmas tunes, and no doubt Karl will have some kind of festive, game for us, maybe, or a festive, some festive trivia.
A couple of new games. I mean, he's struggling with Rockbusters, which we've missed this week. Educating Ricky, he thinks there's nothing out there. All he could find was a parrot and a dog in a car wash.
Yeah, you can't find any more interesting
Still
stuff.
a little bit upset that we told him about intelligent crabs and, babies forcing their way out.
Yeah, we stitched him up last week by telling him some what we claimed were facts.
Oh, because I was out shopping, so I missed it.
Right, yeah. Well,
then?
you know,
he sort of believes anything that's weird and wonderful. And we just made up these stories. I said the two bodybuilders, got married and, she had a baby, but it after 6 months or 7 months, she was in bed asleep, and she woke up in terrible agony where the baby, where it had born, the bodybuilder, had forced its way out of the vagina and was pulling her along by the umbilical cord.
Yeah.
And intelligent crabs and stuff like this, and he was genuinely disappointed.
Yeah, that they weren't true.
But he came up with a new idea. What I'm gonna do is tell him 3 things.
Yeah.
One of which is made up and ludicrous, and 2 incredible facts. And it's called, That's Ridiculous.
Brilliant.
So he has to go, number 3 is Ridiculous. It's a winner.
Yeah.
Karl always comes up with the title first. You don't have to work the game show out from the title.
Have you started work on, That's Ridiculous yet?
No, I've thought of a couple of things.
It is great. It's so much fun to say, isn't it? Ridiculous.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. You're correct. Basically, it's like Call My Bluff, isn't it, really?
It's not unlike Call My Bluff. It's not unlike Bluff.
It's unlike Bluff.
Certainly, you've,
So, yeah, we've had Oasis, Streets, we've had U2, we had some cracking tunes. Can we get away with playing Nelly?
Hot in Here? I think it's a cracking tune, I really do. I just think, again, you know, I'm not interested in what genre you think it fits into, or whether you think it's cool, or because kids like it, you're not supposed to like it. It's a good tune, and I think we should try and stick it in. But before that, Rick, could I just play one track? We did play it much earlier in the year. It's from that album, Son of Evil Reindeer, by a band called The Reindeer Section, and this is a cracking little tune. I just think it's beautiful, and nice to hear it.
Oh, beautiful, marry it then. Oh.
Nice, isn't it? Very Christmassy.
It makes me want to wish everyone a happy Christmas.
Indeed.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, do it.
No.
No, okay. That's called Grand Parade from the album Son of Evil Reindeer by The Reindeer Section. It's a nice tune. It's one of my favourites of the year.
Thanks for the tea, by the way,
Not
Steve.
at all, no, that's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Claire, just big highlights of the year for you as a final roundup. Sort of things have you enjoyed this year? I mean, musically maybe, or maybe stuff you've, you know.
I've enjoyed that band, The Music.
Okay.
And The Rapture.
Sure.
And the Electric Six. Remember last time I sat in for Karl, we played Danger High Voltage.
Yeah.
Like one of the first times.
That was the first time I'd heard it. You played that.
And now we're playing it every hour.
Yeah, because you're sort of a pioneer, aren't you, musically on XFM? You're one of the people who keeps it pretty raw.
the early days of Idlewild. Ricky, do you remember the early days of Idlewild?
I'll take that back as well. Teasing you about them playing Pinder and Wakefield stuff. That latest single I love, and the video's great as well.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Idlewild now.
I knew you'd
No,
like
great,
Come round in the end.
yeah.
So yeah, it's been a good year. I haven't been out to many gigs, obviously, because I do the evening show. But you know, all the sessions which I'm doing the best of next week. Quick plug for the show next week. Best of the sessions. So it's been good year.
Low points. What are they?
Low points.
Do you know what mine are?
What?
Poverty and war and everything.
Oh, I always hate it. I always hate it.
No, you didn't say that.
Yeah.
No, you were going to say.
I was going to say.
No, you were going to say the streets or something, and and you didn't care about all the people dying. So don't try and do
I'm
it now.
thinking specifically.
You're nasty. You like that. You like poverty. Oh, you like poverty and starvation. Play a record.
That's interesting.
Yourself.
That's interesting.
What a
near Christmas time.
What a horrible.
You hope kids go lame?
You're evil.
That's terrible. That's a terrible thing. Nelly, hot in
Cheeky
here.
little bit of Nelly there on XFM 104.9. We don't care. Springsteen and Nelly, you don't get that on XFM, do you?
No.
Usually.
No, indeed.
We don't live by the rules, Steve.
Absolutely. As I was listening to you then talk.
You got bored?
No. It reminded me of an email that someone sent in saying that they listen online, but because of however slow their computer is or whatever, it kind of stutters all the way through.
You want to point out that is the way I talk.
No, but they said it only happens when you talk. And I think they've correctly identified that it's not the computer at fault.
Well, that's why I wasn't worried about
like
doing this boxing match, because I've definitely lost my looks, and I already slur.
Yes.
So there was really no danger of any damage.
No, exactly. Yeah, you do sound punch drunk constantly.
Exactly,
but that's just part of your charm.
Well, listen, that's been a lovely 2 hours for me. I've enjoyed it. I hope the listeners have enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope Sturgis has enjoyed it.
I've enjoyed it, yeah.
Well, I didn't really care if you enjoyed it. Don't butt in when I'm talking to Steve. You know, you won't
You're here to press the buttons, Sturgis.
But we're going to play now a Christmas song for the lovely Christmas ladies.
I don't say it's so much Christmassy, but it's one of the tunes I heard this year that really stuck out for me.
Thing,
Well, year or four, you've embarrassed yourself. You just showed up that there's no planning. This is was given away on a free CD on the cover of a magazine. I just think it's brilliant. It's a Lamb Chop, who are an excellent band always, doing a cover of an obscure Rolling Stones tune called Backstreet
a bloody good meal as well.
True enough. So we'll leave them with this. It's Backstreet Girl, Lamb Chop, and see you next week for our final festive show. Yeah, thanks very much. Embarrassing. It's something embarrassing, thank you.
I don't want you to be
dissing all his mum and everyone.
Yeah, it's a little bit of cussing in there, which they bleeped out, thankfully.
Carl's in a bad mood already. He's been in about 3 minutes and he's in a bad mood, getting stressed. If you can't hack it, leave. What's the matter with you?
No, I'm just saying. It's been... I was meant to enjoy last Saturday off and I didn't.
Why not? Why is that our fault? Because you weren't here?
Just 'cause... I don't know, but...
Are you not in the Christmas spirit?
Why didn't you enjoy last Saturday?
What did you do?
I went all the way back up north again, right? Because, it was Suzanne's dad's birthday. Right? I was busy last week, didn't have time to get him a present or anything.
Didn't have time to get him a present.
So I got to Euston Station, bought a card for him, which was a Christmas card, so he wasn't happy because he was saying it's my birthday, and I said, well, I won't be seeing you again. So I've got a joint card, and then we went out.
Did you get him a present?
Well, no, because we went out on Saturday night for something to eat at this pub that he likes. It does nice steak and onion rings, right?
Lovely.
So he should have been happy anyway.
Yeah.
But...
What, you paid for it?
No.
But you should have been happy anyway.
Suzanne paid for that because it is her dad, right, not mine. So I said, all right, what can I do? I said to her. So she said, just buy a few drinks or something. Anyway, I didn't get around to getting drinks.
I can't believe it.
Can't believe it. Round to getting the drinks.
Right, so I said, right, I'll pay for the cab. Right?
Oh, what a lovely Christmas gift that is.
Yeah,
So,
£2.50.
I paid, no, it was like
in
£3
Manchester
there,
it is.
£3 back.
So £6 you spent on him?
Well, no, I spent more. See, that's what he said. He
You
said,
get the Bolton and back, can't
he
you, for that?
He said, oh, you've spent on me £6 for my birthday. I said, no, I haven't, because I gave the taxi driver a tip.
I'm a little bit worried about his attitude as well. Because even if, I mean, that is a stingy present, but you don't say...
Well, I mean, let's be honest, that's the worst Christmas gift ever, because, I mean, you're pretty bad, like we've discussed in the past, but at least you spend a bit of money.
Yeah.
It's just thoughtless.
Yeah.
This is nothing.
I know.
You haven't given him any time. I mean, I would...
And I knew my demographic. They loved it, my family.
The
they couldn't believe their luck. You know.
Well, a tenner.
You spent a tenner on him?
Well, the cab fare was £6.
But the thing is, he doesn't. It's not. I don't think he's saying that. I think it's the fact that this is like, you know, frittering away in everyday life.
Kind of thoughtless,
he would have loved to. I'm sure he would have been appreciative of a lovely £10 gift that you cared about and bought. A book he probably likes, Fly Fishing, doesn't he, by J.R. Hartley? If you'd have bought that, he'd have gone, "That's what I was looking for."
Well.
Or what I was looking for, Karl. Bloody hell, Karl, you little bald twat. That's just what I wanted. So, alright, so just calm down.
So what have you got planned for Christmas? Is this what, I mean, are you doing the same French with
Karl,
Suzanne?
excellent, you've paid me milk bill for this week. That were nice.
I'm spent this year.
So have you planned anything for Suzanne, or are you just
I'm taking her out Christmas Day for something to eat.
Well, does she know that? Was that?
She's working today, so she, you know, so.
Right, okay.
So what Christmas gift have you got?
That's it, I'm taking her out.
What, you haven't got a present?
No, because we've spent a lot.
Don't forget, that's half yours, though. You're not gonna just be sitting there watching her eat, going, "Oh, I'm hungry, but I spent all of it." You're gonna be eating as well. That's half yours.
So she's got
Look at his
nothing to unwrap.
He looks like a cat who's been hit.
She's got nothing to unwrap. There's nothing. She's going to hand something over to you, because I've met the woman. She'll hand something over, you'll open it, you'll love it.
I might get something today.
But you shouldn't take me to begrudgingly persuade you to do it.
God.
Yeah.
Right,
so...
yeah. Well, I'm gonna try and stick in some Christmas songs. We're not playing all Christmas songs, but I've brought in a couple. So this is Christmas, John Lennon, The River, Joni Mitchell, Fairy Tale New York, one of the best Christmas songs ever. Oh, well, what about a bit of Pretenders? That's a good one, 2,000 Miles.
Let's hear it.
Pretenders, 2,000 Miles on XFM 104.9. This sort of Christmas edition. We're not here next week, are we?
No.
Karl is, aren't you?
Well, you are in a way.
I was doing a best of, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it a best of?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Have you been putting it together?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'll do it today. Tell me what bits you want in it, and I'll sort it out.
It's not for me to say, is it? Yeah, it is the best stuff.
Or maybe people could email in with their highlights of the year for them. I'm trying to think what they were. I mean, mostly talking to Karl.
It'd be mostly Karl, wouldn't it?
Mostly Karl, gibberish from Karl.
Oh, I think it'd be an awful lot of educating Ricky from Karl.
Well, ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk if you've got any thoughts and stuff you'd like to hear. Again,
is there anything you'd like to hear of Karl saying something stupid, me and Steve laughing or slapping him?
Yeah.
That's basically the competition, isn't it?
Well, there's a couple of instances where I tried to kiss him, I think, and you encouraged me.
Yeah.
Those are some highlights for me.
I wish I'd have videoed that.
Yeah, so do I.
You mentioned educating Ricky. We've only got, do you know we normally have like 3 instalments?
Yeah.
We've only got 2 today.
Why? What happened?
Just,
well, you clearly weren't busy Christmas shopping, so what's the
Yeah.
Well, like I say every week, it's a bit of a struggle finding stuff that I can teach you. But at the same time, what we have got, we've started the feature, I teased MTV with it, right? So I thought I'd best start doing it before they get someone like Zane Lowe presenting it or something.
Yeah.
So, do we need them?
Do we need them? You should explain do we need them for those that don't like the show.
Well, it's sort of education.
Right.
About animals and stuff, and if we need them. So, like, David Attenborough once said, you can get rid of people off the earth and it would carry on, there's no problems, but, you know, get rid of a monkey and you could have problems on your hands. So,
is that a direct quote from Attenborough's current autobiography?
Something like that.
I think so, yeah.
So what I've done today, right?
He always starts having with, right, so then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So...
and he always ends things. You got yourself all sorts of problems.
Yeah. So that's done. That's coming up. Enjoy that. Enjoy that.
I've spoke to a woman about jellyfish.
Oh yeah, because I know you're not a fan.
Not a fan of them, so we'll be speaking to
women or jellyfish.
This is the woman.
Either.
Yeah.
So we'll be sorting that out before 3 o'clock. We'll be finding out if we need them.
Putting that one to bed.
He's great, and he's great.
And then we've got a Christmas edition of Rockbusters, which I found out yesterday.
Go on.
Channel 4 have ripped it off.
Go on.
It's on their teletext thing.
That's outrageous.
Yeah, on their teletext page, someone said.
What are they doing then?
Like Rockbusters, they're copying the format.
You sure they're not copying Blockbusters?
No, it's someone said it's a cryptic clue of a band and that, and initials, and you work it out.
That is despicable. I mean, we should investigate this.
So they've fundamentally ripped off the idea of being allowed to do a cryptic clue to get a band.
Yeah, but the sort of clever cryptic clues.
They certainly ripped you off then, haven't they?
I'm just saying.
Hey, I should just point out, because it's Christmas time, we've had an email from Dickie Anderson.
Oh, Dickers!
Yeah, R.A. is, well, he's I suppose he's a long-time listener.
Yeah.
And he emails us most weeks. Ricky. If, as I suspect, I'm your only listener, I wouldn't bother with your show today, as I've got to attend some family Christmas nonsense at Auntie Marion's house. That's from Dickie Anderson, and he's good because considering he hates the show and everything we stand for, he does take the time to email every week.
That counts. That counts to advertisers.
Yeah,
I think we've got a lot like him. We've also had a lovely Christmas card here from Alexandra, right? Who's wishes she loves the show. She loves you, Karl, and she's enclosed some biscuits for you to save you a bit of money because she knows you goes out and get your own biscuits. And we've got a lovely little packet of Fox's
Well, why don't you wrap
Creations.
them up and you can give them to your girlfriend? Don Blitzen from the About a Boy soundtrack by Badly Drawn Boy.
Christmas theme there. Christmas theme there.
You've spotted the Christmas theme.
Yeah. Karl's not really in festive mood, but
I can't imagine Christmas is your time of year, is it, Karl? Well, I'm not sure any time of the year is, really.
I liked it when I was about... I think when I was about 7 I enjoyed it.
Was that the one? Was that the year, the big year for
You
you?
get loads of stuff, you don't have to worry about anyone else, but once you've, like, got a job...
What did you get when when were you doing your paper round? How old were you then?
I was about 13, 14.
Well, that was then you were your own man, weren't you?
I had to buy stuff.
Oh.
But you're still not
You're quite
having a
a
good
selfish
time.
man, aren't you? I didn't realise this.
No, it's just that Christmas...
And that's coming from him, Karl.
My dad always said...
Alright, steady on.
Dad said Christmas morning was for, like, you know, for me, so he used to stay in bed. So he never...
That's brilliant. That's a great thing to say, isn't it? Yeah. Christmas morning's for you. Run wild. Do what you want. Just don't bother me.
I'm going to Honolulu for 2 weeks.
That's great. Dad, it's Christmas. Do I have to do anything? No.
So my mum used to get up, because she used to like to see my face light up, you know, when I open my presents. And then,
fireworks.
And then I'd have to go to my bedroom from about 6 o'clock onwards, because, like, my mum and dad were into having big Christmas parties, and I wasn't, like, old enough to go.
Right.
So they'd say, right, you know, you've had your fun there, you go up to your bedroom, stay in there.
Really?
Yeah, I remember one year, right, I got a train set, that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Right? It's brilliant. Playing with it all day. I thought, I don't mind about the party, I'm happy staying up here, playing with this. Brother comes in, he's had a few, right, he's going, yeah, give us a go on your train.
How old is he?
He's a bit older than me, so he might have been like, let's see.
Well, let him be 18.
Yeah, probably about 18, 19,
And how old
something
were
like
you?
that. I had a train set, so, I don't know, about
14.
something like that.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm playing on that, loving it and stuff. And then he comes in and goes, oh, give us a go. He turns the transformer up to, like, 14. He went really fast for about 5 seconds, broke it, and then he went back downstairs.
Wow.
So Christmas, I hadn't even got to
Sounds
Christmas
like
Day.
the Conservative government with British Rail.
Satire, that is.
Rick, I just thought that then, satire. If there's any satirical shows listening or magazines...
It doesn't work in any way, because there's the analogy falls down, apart from there being a train.
Think it through, though. British Rail was trains.
Yeah. And
the government broke the trains in many ways. They didn't break them, like, not officially breaking them, but they kind of...
Yeah, it does work. It's perfect.
Oh, I'm very pleased with that.
And I can't... And no one's asked him to be on Have I Got News For You.
It's weird, isn't it?
Because
it's strange, that, when you've got a satirical mind that's as quick as that.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's broke your little train set. So what did you do?
I just, like, watched telly and had some sausages.
I bet you were happy with that, though, weren't you?
It's a bit annoying, though, isn't it, when your main present of the year has been broke.
And did it ever get it fixed?
No, that was it. Put away.
I'm intrigued why your parents wouldn't let you come and join in the festive fun. Was it, like, really debauched down there? Was it, like, eggnog everywhere?
Well, no, but I mean, that's fair enough. 6 is a little bit early, but I just think, you know, if you're your kid, you know, he had his fun, put him to bed at 8, maybe. And
you think so on Christmas Day? I thought that was a day for family.
Well, not if there's a party going on.
And
well, don't have the party on to Christmas Day.
Well, that's another option.
Yeah. Your parents are weird, aren't they? A strange breed.
Well, I think that was the year, right? You're talking about buying presents and stuff. I think I did treat my mum to. I didn't buy my dad anything. I think that was like when I got a bit older. I used to get my dad something because he wasn't that bothered anyway.
No.
So got me mum. There was a cheap shop, right?
Of course.
Thank God for that.
Called Snips. Right? So I went in there and I thought, let's see what I can get her. And remember Victoria Plum?
I don't think so.
Well, it's like a fairy character.
Right.
Right? And my mum's into gnomes and stuff, right? So I thought, right.
She must be pleased with you then.
Victoria Plum. I was thinking, is that one of the neighbours? Is it like a brandy
Do you
liqueur?
remember Victoria Plum?
Victoria Plum.
Victoria Plum, yeah, it's like a little fictional sort of character, right?
Okay.
So I saw it, I thought, yeah, she'll love that, right? So I did my paper round, saved up for 2 weeks, right?
Oh.
Got that sorted, went to Snips, bought the Victoria Plum. Next day, I'm in town with her, right? So I think, I know what I'll do. I said, come in here a minute, right? So we go in, and we're looking around, and I tested her, right? I went, look at that there, that's alright, innit? And she goes, oh, it's bloody awful.
Oh, Carl. Oh, Carl. Oh, God.
So then, Christmas Day comes, I said, don't bother opening it. She said, no, why? I said,
Oh,
"Don't
no! Why did you still give it to her?
So, well, it's too late, I'd already bought it.
Oh, Carl.
So she opened it, and I was like, and she said, oh, that's nice. I said, why are you saying that? I said, the other day, he said it's bloody awful. She said, oh, no, I thought you were pointing at something else.
Oh, no.
So that's why I don't get anyone anything anymore.
Oh, God. Play record. Oh, God. Oh. That's good, isn't it?
Not bad.
Gold Rush. Let you down. I'm actually quite affected by Carl's Victoria Plum scenario. Just the fact that, like, that eagerness. He wants to make sure it's a great present. He's saved up his paper round. He thinks it's like a gnome, but modern.
I'm worried that you're using it as an excuse now, and that's why you're not buying anyone any gifts, because you've had your fingers burned once. I mean, you were 6, 7 years old. To be fair.
No, you weren't. You were about 13, weren't you, if you're doing your paper round?
Yeah, it must have been, yeah, 11 or 12 then.
Alright.
Yeah, so I'd saved up. Oh no, I'm not using it as a thing, it's just
What do you get your mum this year?
I've sent them some money so they can, get a passport.
So they can get a passport?
What do you, where are they?
Immigrants?
Are they trapped somewhere? Well, they're in a holding bay somewhere in Dover.
Yeah, they've got a friend who's a truck driver who's gonna sneak them across.
What do you mean?
So they can buy a passport. What do they do? Sell it when they're a bit down in their luck?
No, they haven't got that much money, right? They've never been abroad, and the mate said they might, tack them next year, and they said, oh, we haven't got a passport, so I thought...
You've got to buy a passport, have you? Isn't that your God-given right as an Englishman?
No, you've got to pay for them, they're 30 quid each, so you better add do, otherwise they're conning me.
Right.
So
you sent them 60 quid?
You don't get born with a passport, of course
you
you
sent
don't.
them 60 quid in an envelope, have you?
Well, check.
Right.
I love that. He'll be watching telly and France will come on and he'll go, oh, what do you think of that? She goes, it looks bloody awful.
Yeah,
Oh, don't open it.
no.
Don't open it. Don't open it.
So you've not paid for a holiday for them, you've
No,
you've
just sorting out well, it's the better prize, isn't it? Because they can't go anywhere without it.
Well, the passport keeps on giving.
Yeah.
So
10 years. That is, yeah.
So, but no, I never used to, I mean, I can't think of other things. I used to get me dad once I started getting him stuff, it sort of used to be a dressing gown, and then, but as an extra surprise, I used to put like a cigar in the pocket, so he'd think that was it.
Yeah.
Then he'd put it on and put his hand in the pocket.
Right,
Go,
and then
"Oh,
he
what's
just
this?"
hit you because he thought you'd nicked it.
Oh dear.
So you bought him a jacket with a cigar? That's quite thoughtful.
Didn't you sneak a cigar once on Christmas?
Yeah, well, it was that's when they used to have, like, the big do's, like I say, you know, they were known for it, like, the whole estate used to know that, you know, we were having a party.
Yeah.
So,
Too loud.
So they'd all come round.
so they'd all come round and have food and drink and that.
Pocket the,
I can't imagine. I cannot imagine how unpleasant that must have been.
Awful.
And you locked in your bedroom with a broken train set.
Yeah, crying.
And looking at Victoria Plum, whatever that was.
In the bin.
Oh, in the bin, yeah. And hear her mum saying, and he got me this. Isn't this
piece
shit?
of rubbish.
You could hear him just throwing it against the wall and laughing.
And all the neighbours laughing.
And you'd come down and just be in pieces with loads of spit on it. Just loads of gob on it.
Eyes.
And all the Polaroids of them just like laughing at it and
pointing.
Stamping on it.
Alright.
Well, it's brought all flooding back.
But no, I used to get up in the morning and then, like, they'd still sort of all be there asleep on the floor and on the sofa.
And
that's awful.
Carl.
That's terrible. Christmas is surely the one day a year which is a family thing. It's for the kids. They're the ones
that was Boxing Day.
Well, I know.
Oh, that's all right. It's over.
Yeah.
Back on the bike. All right. Who's going to pay for this? What, me? Yes, Carl. You're doing 2 rounds today.
Yeah, was your paper round supporting the entire family?
Yeah.
No, so I used to get up and, like, go downstairs and they'd be asleep, so I'd be mooching about trying to find, like, another present that's still working.
I love the idea that these people from the estate had, like, squashed his presents.
So I found a cigar that had been sort of lit up and then put out, so I thought, oh, I'll have a go at that. Yeah. I went outside and had a go, and that's the last time I smoked.
Right.
I tried it, I thought, I don't like that.
I love the fact that he does everything once.
Yeah.
In his life. It's a line of, I've done everything once. I don't need to do it again. Oh, dear.
You know, I've said in the past to you, Rick, that my grandparents, so I love them dearly, but it's like, for the last 30 years, they've been waiting to die.
I know,
It's like they just sort of, it's like, you know, the novelty wore off of, like...
life in the 50s.
Yeah, they got kind of bored of it. Like, in the 40s, it was brilliant. All sat around the old Joannas, the bombs fell, singing, they loved that. In the 50s, you know, that was great as well, because that was the post-war years. It was, you know, it was a bit tight in the pocket, but it was alright, everyone pulled together. And then the 60s came along, all the crazy music, the funny hair.
Let's stay in bed.
Exactly, and they basically stayed in bed. And, it was one Christmas when, my grandmother said to my dad, what do you like for Christmas? What do you fancy for Christmas? And, this must have been, I don't know, 20 years ago. She said, what do you fancy for Christmas, Ron? And he went, well, you know, I could do with a nice big kind of warm winter overcoat. She said, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that, because your father will be dead soon. It's right, you can have his. Meaning my granddad. Well, to be honest with you, my father's still waiting. Which is good news. Good news for my grandfather. Less good news for my dad.
Freezing. He's freezing. He finds out, how is he today? He's fine. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm freezing.
It is such a weird mindset, that. I think that, to me, is what sums up people from that older generation, the 40s and 50s. And it seems to me that you've got that kind of mindset. It's like you were born in the 30s. And whenever you talk of your childhood, it's like you had, like, a baked potato to take to school. And a hoop and a stick as a Christmas
gift. The other thing is, I think that that sort of generation, it seems that the man is dependent on the woman. There's a total dependence.
Oh, absolutely,
If she dies, he's done.
Yes.
He's done for. Just pine away. If he dies, she's got 30 years of pottering.
Absolutely, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And going to, like, you know, the youth club and the church.
I know what you mean, yeah.
It's sort of like that. It's sad. Of course, it's sad for them, but it's not the end of their life.
No, sure.
And it sort of is the other way around. I don't know why that is.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
That's a little melancholy thought for.
I know.
I've
really brought it. You brought it down. You've brought it down. I've brought it. This isn't a nice show at all. This is terrible.
Well,
we're gonna have people just killing themselves. What?
Well, I didn't really want to make it a Christmassy type show because I don't really like it.
Oh, he's done it again. Well, you did Christmas once, didn't like it.
No, it's just I'm not religious or anything.
What are you? You're not anything.
Teenage Fan Club from the XFM Christmas album, and that's Christmas Eve.
Their guitar sounds are just brilliant. They're just always so nice. Alright, Karl, would you like that? Would you like Teenage Fan Club?
Yeah, they're good.
Karl, I feel like you've never kind of enjoyed the wonder of Christmas. I don't think I can't ever get the sense, maybe except when you were very, very young. You know, that kind of bright-eyed, you know, thinking of Santa, you know, kind of landing on the roof and coming down the chimney and drinking the sherry or whatever.
Well, I like the idea of it, right?
Sure.
The sort of, you know, I used to get a couple of annuals every year, you know.
Yeah, so did I, yeah.
And I was allowed to open one on Christmas Eve.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So
so they could throw it on the fire.
I think we,
it is sort of like
a quick skim through, do the words right.
Yeah. I think that's to light a cigar off the cooker. Oh.
Well, anyway, listen, a good friend of ours, Ross Noble, the comedian, brilliant, he gave me this picture, Karl, which he's got from a magazine.
He loves you.
And I have to say, I think this I just looked at it then. I'm obviously it's not going to mean much to the listener.
Oh, this is
but it is
self-indulgent.
currently available. I think it's in the current edition of Bizarre magazine, so you might want to buy that.
It's not horrible though, is it?
There's a certain grotesqueness about it.
Oh, it's a deformed person, isn't it?
Well, to a degree, but I think what it's going to do for Karl is give him, I think for you and I, Rick, we're going to see his face
light up,
lighten up, like opening a wonderful Christmas gift.
Oh, you know what? I think I've seen this. Is this the one with the kid with the big head?
I'll be honest with you, Karl, it is. Have you seen it already?
Yeah.
Let me just show it to you again so you can kind of
it
It's like
I haven't seen it.
It's like... yeah.
We shouldn't be laughing at that.
No, but that is like the kid who I went to school with. That is the same.
That can't be the same.
So do you recognise him?
Seriously, that is the same thing he had.
I mean, I have to say, it does look like it's been computer generated, it's so odd.
Yeah.
But look at the child's face.
I know.
Look at his reaction. Don't take another photo of me.
I'm not sure this is right.
It's not right, but I was hoping that would give you, Karl, just a little glimpse of,
we've had a request as well on the best bits, so someone wants to hear you talking about your mates with the big heads.
I can't believe it, because every time we go there, we get some sort of complaint about something.
About what?
Just leave it. Well, that for some reason that always goes from the story with my dad going to Blackpool for taking those kids there.
And what kids?
And, leave it.
No, what? I don't know. There's people that know what you're talking about.
I'll tell you when we put a song on.
No, well I know what it is, but you can't just say that.
Well,
is it when? Is it when your dad put a kid in the wheelie bin because he was getting out of hand?
Yeah. So we're gonna be.
We can't go through it again. It's too controversial.
We're gonna. What's her name? No, the thing is, right, you were just saying about what are you about Christmas. That's the funny thing, right? Because in our house there's no one who's religious, right?
No.
My dad got annoyed when I went to church that day. He was like, what are you doing that for?
Of course.
I went to see a gig in Liverpool. Remember the band The Christians?
Yeah.
He thought I'd join some club.
Yeah.
I said, I've been to see The Christians. He was saying to me, man, what's he doing going out with them?
Yeah, yeah.
And then, the other thing is, because I'm not christened or anything, my mum used to say to me, don't tell anyone that, because there's witches and stuff.
I want to go back and see his upbringing.
I
just want to go back and see him at 7. One day in the life of Karl, age 7.
Just to have 3 ghosts visiting tonight. And take him back through time. But we could go with him.
We can be some of the ghosts.
Yeah, the ghosts of Christmas past.
Oh,
remember this?
That's incredible. Because don't tell what.
Just say a bit more.
So she wasn't Christian, but she thought maybe someone could take your soul because you weren't christened.
It's like, there's cults and that, isn't there? And if they find out you're not christened, then...
Right. I don't think they care. I don't think a lot of cults care.
Well,
but what can they do if you're not Christian?
I don't know. I just said all right, because then through that time there must have been a time when.
But hold on, now they know.
Yeah, but I'm older now, so I'm all right. She used to worry about me playing out on the street.
Oh, she was worried about when you were naive and stupid and easily led.
Well,
yeah. No. Good point. No, you're right now. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Good.
Rockbusters.
Rockbusters. Well, tell the prizes, Steve.
Yeah,
tell
we have
Christmas gift. This is Christmas gifts.
I don't know if you'll receive them in time to actually pass them off as gifts.
I wonder if I can tell that Ross Noble story that he told us.
I don't know. We'll have to discuss that when the record's play.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so you heard a track from it just then. This is the XFM Christmas album. I think that's been knocking around here in the office for years, hasn't it, Karl? Or is it new this year?
It was brought out about 2 years ago, but Christmas songs are...
Christmas songs. Yeah, it's not bad. There's Scott bands on there like Dandy Warhols, the Webb Brothers are on there, Drugstore, Bell and Sebastian, Flaming Lips, all sorts. So we've got that to give away. We've also got this Smashing Pumpkins compilation, which that seems to be knocking around for weeks. Another one of those 50 years of the greatest hit singles. I don't know, Culture Club's on there, Queen, obviously,
I've just seen the cult film.
Yeah, the cult film we'll come back to shortly. This, I think, is one of the most exciting gifts. If you have a video player and you want to get trim, then surely Big Brother 3 champion Kate Lawler and her cardio combat video, in which I think she uses kind of, I don't know, military kickboxing training to get you trim and taut and looking as good as her. Then you can get that as well. We've also got a exclusive 7-inch single from the White Stripes, a kind of Christmas single. Is that from them?
Yeah.
Well, that must be quite rare. That's probably the only thing
that is rare. That is worth something.
And the current Badly Drawn Boy album, Have You Fed the Fish, which I think is slightly mediocre.
They've gone up, actually. I think that the level of prices there has gone up.
Not a bad selection, but here is the big movie, and actually I have to say, this is not a bad one.
No, it's not, again, it's not terrible at all.
It could be worse. It's James Caan in the original Rollerball, not the disastrous remake that came out recently, but the DVD version of Rollerball, so that's there as well. So something fairly interesting.
That's worth winning. Right, come on then, let's do Rockbuster.
Well, will we play a song to give people time to get a pen and paper and that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're doing it next.
Yeah. Karl Pilkington, the man of the moment, with his Rockbusters coming your way with all those great prizes.
Yeah. Right, we're doing it now?
Yes, sir.
I noticed Heat magazine sort of put a bit of a spanner in the works.
Why?
Because they were saying, oh, maybe it'll be a Christmas edition of Rockbusters. And I'd already sorted them out.
I wouldn't worry, Karl.
Well, what I've done, I've cleverly tweaked them to make them Christmassy. So the Christmas bit in it has got nothing to do with it whatsoever, but I just thought...
So you mean that clues have a Christmas element?
Well, yeah.
But it's nothing to do with the answer.
It's nothing to do with the answer. Right.
So why don't you just ask the normal ones and I'll ring a bell, I'll shake some bells.
Well,
Go
it's
ho,
the
ho,
equivalent
ho.
of that, but in sort of speech. Right.
Brilliant.
So the first one, there's a load of letters there asking for advice. Put them on Claire's desk. Oh, and have a good Christmas.
Oh!
No, give it to us again.
Oh, God!
Right, so there's a load of letters asking for advice. Put them on Claire's desk. Oh, and have a good Christmas.
Right, but bear in mind, people, that the Christmas element may not be relevant to
No,
these
that's got
clues.
nothing to do with it. I don't want to,
Okay.
you know. And the initial there is F, right? That's F.
Alright.
Right, the
Next one.
second one. Ask your mum if you should. After you've wrapped the presents. Right, so
Ask your mum if you should.
ask your mum if you should after you've wrapped the presents. That's S.
Yes.
S. Alright.
Okay.
And the last one, a couple of people were arguing in the supermarket at the fruit and veg counter. But it's busy in there because it's Christmas. So that's probably what brought it on. So that's B.
Oh.
B.
Oh, God!
So they're the three. Will I just recap?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I've no idea.
so
I
the
can't
first
even.
one.
I don't know what to start thinking. Well,
Right, there's a load of letters there asking for advice. Put them on Claire's desk.
Have a good Christmas.
Have a good Christmas. Second one, ask your mum if you should.
After you wrap the present.
S. And the last one, a couple of people were arguing in the supermarket at the fruit and veg counter.
But it's busy in there because it's
It's
Christmas.
busy because it's Christmas. That's a B. So they're the three things.
It's email only, this one, please remember that. ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Yeah.
brilliant. Karl looks happy with them. He looks
he's
really
very
happy
pleased,
with
and
them.
rightly so, they're cracking.
They're good.
Yeah.
They're good.
Pleased with those. Alright, is there going to be more Rockbusters in the new year? We're not sure.
I'm still, thinking about new ideas that we can do.
Okay.
Are we starting Ricky Ridiculous today? Have you done
Couldn't be
anything?
bothered.
Couldn't be
Right,
bothered.
couldn't be hard.
Look
right.
forward to Ricky Dickinson.
And he's worried about. He nearly said asked, and he just stopped because he's worried because he's the producer.
Yeah, well, I've got to set a standard. haven't
Oh dear.
Karl, you have, mate. You have.
I? So that's that. We've still got to come.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Why don't we have a lovely tune?
Yeah.
Right, you make the tea. We're opening these biscuits from Alexandra.
Yeah.
We'll be enjoying that. Right, maybe segue so we can have a nice little, rest. I don't want to talk through it; it'd be rude. And then we're coming back, and as part of like Parkinson, and Do We Need 'Em? Do We Need Them?
Yeah.
Karl has interviewed an expert on jellyfish.
Brilliant. So we've got that. Plus, of course, we've got a two-part Educating Ricky.
You've got Educating Ricky still to come.
With a Christmas theme or not?
And we've still got
No.
things like the Pogues, John Lennon, Joni Mitchell, just David Bowie.
Are you suggesting there's going to be some great music and some
Great
fun
music
chat?
and some fun chat.
Lovely.
Good. We had our little biscuits, haven't we?
Good.
We're loving them, haven't we?
Yeah.
Cheers for that.
I think I can just sum up the station, can't I, Steve? With that last
I think
comment.
you're probably right.
I just came in. I just went to the toilet there, and It's a disabled toilet that's close to it. So, you know, you go there. I had a wee. I thought, oh, the thing doesn't work. Didn't flush. I came back and said, oh, the toilet doesn't work. Doesn't flush. And, Karl went, no, you just stick your hand down and pull that wire up at the... Think of that.
Put your hand in the water.
I mean, just when,
in the cistern water.
When David Bowie, interviewed Zoe, come on, there's toilet's not flush. He goes, alright, babe, just stick your hand down, pop down the U-bend, and just wipe your hands on your pants. Thanks very much. I mean, sums up this station, doesn't
Absolutely. Tin pot. Have you ever done this? This is one of my most embarrassing moments, is, you know, because sometimes you'll see, what? Hey? Well, you'll realise what I was gonna say. What happened, Rick, was I almost leapt to the end of the story.
Right.
But I realised I had to go back a few steps.
Yeah. I just did. Have you ever and you stopped?
It was gonna be cunning. But you'll understand in a minute when I finish the story that it's not coming in the traditional sense.
Oh, right.
Because it's followed by coming out of.
Oh, sure.
Alright.
Yeah.
So.
And not your trousers.
Not my trousers.
Okay.
Alright,
okay.
So, now, awkward moment, and I should just, you know, if you're Christmas shopping, maybe you're in a big department store. And, you see the disabled toilet, and you think to yourself, I can nip in there, I can use that, you know, because it's close to hand, because I've got to wander miles for the regular toilets. I went in there once, in the toilet, you know, disabled toilet, just snuck in, came out, disabled person.
Furious.
That was, but it's really awkward because it is like it's their sort of private domain. You know, it's like they're part of an exclusive club. They've not got many perks in life, and that's one of them. And here I was, you know, kind of exploiting it.
But they can't. Well, yeah, I suppose they can be annoyed.
But
what did you do? Did you affect a limp?
You know, I normally do. I often do. I've affected a limp many times. Like, for instance, if I take the lift in a building when it's only one flight of stairs, right, and I get up on the first floor, I always affect a limp coming out, so that justifies why I haven't come up the stairs. Like, who is it that I'm scared is gonna sort of say something?
Yeah.
But,
oh dear, that's
it's the same thing as if someone asks me for directions, I always pretend I'm foreign. I always go, I don't.
Why do you do that?
I can't, because I'm just terrified of giving them the wrong directions. And
well, just now, I don't know, I don't live from
I don't, because I'm sort of, you know, I feel bad. Because what I used to sort of give directions, because I like giving directions, I like helping people out. But then I realised I didn't really know.
You used to hang around going, you alright? Yeah, we're fine, yeah. Do you want to know where to go?
I tend to have a go even if I don't know.
Exactly. But I'm always terrified they'll come back and find you and go, you led us astray. Yeah. So I just affect a foreign accent.
There's a fella the other day, about 2 weeks ago, when I was walking in, little old woman, little old fella come up to me and said, where's, Wimpole Street? So I said, I do know it. So I think it's over there. And then, I'm not very good with street names, but I'm good that if you say, oh, there's a Boots on it. Right. Do you know what I mean? If there's something near it, it's like the same with directions when I used to drive a lot.
Yeah, or historical facts.
I don't know, like, old motorway names, you know, like M this and M that. I can never remember that, but my dad used to always say, right, there's a horse in the field, turn right, and stuff like that.
Good stuff, yeah.
And it's the same with this fella, he sort of said, you know, where's Wimpole Street? And I said, well, what are you after? And he said, no, I'm after some blood. And it was a lot, yeah, there's doctors around there, isn't they? So I was like, oh, so that didn't help me.
What do you mean he was after some blood?
He said, oh, I need some blood. He must have had an illness.
Was he bleeding?
No, he just must have needed some new blood or something. He had some illness. And I was like, you know,
why didn't you go to the pet shop and get some parrots?
No, but
like he didn't have fangs and a cape, did he?
No, but do you know what I mean? Oh, that didn't help me out. But
what if he just said, well, some pile cream, actually? Can you... You go, oh, we want Boots then?
Yeah, he would have been alright. But I didn't know where to start with that.
I need some blood.
Yeah, I just feel it's over there. Yeah. Just sort of pointed him away.
But so he was losing consciousness. You sent him the wrong way. He's dragging himself along the pavement. Is there blood this way? The gash is growing ever deeper.
Well, we've got to do, Pilkington, haven't we?
Do you want to?
Yeah. Okay, we should explain this, I think, shouldn't we?
Well, it's Karl's new idea for, a TV show. He wants to do a TV show called Do We Need Him, where he goes round and, he talks to experts like David Attenborough, David Bellamy, maybe Lenny Henry doing David Bellamy.
Right, yeah.
If he can't get the real one. And, he just picks on an animal that he doesn't really like, doesn't think you need him, and an expert will tell him, if we do, if this is the first instalment.
Let me put a song on, right? Now we've got them, and then I can set it up and stuff and tell, you know, because
explain it fully.
Explain it and that.
Let's do a classic. Let's do a big stomp in one of the best Christmas songs of all time, shall we?
What are you thinking?
Fairy Tale in New York.
Excellent. Oh, it's always my
Homes featuring Christian McCall on XFM 104.9, the Christmas edition.
Indeed.
Next week, we've had loads of suggestions, Carl, for your best bits. It's basically all your best bits. Me and Steve are largely irrelevant in the voting.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can compile your best bits next week, and they'll be loving it. We had a request for the little Chinese fella in his pants, a horse in the house, cutting your hair on the railway station.
If you haven't heard those stories, what does that mean? The little Chinaman in your pants, you've got to be tuning in next week to find out what that is.
The only thing is, the old horse in the house was in the last best of.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't stop. What's his name? If you're one of those people that want to see these clips again, tune in.
Oh,
yeah,
it'll be over Christmas.
It'll be alright on the night 84.
Yeah.
Someone me. I think I'm gonna live forever.
Well, it's like we said before, who goes to the recording of one of those? There's always people in the audience.
Yeah.
Aren't there?
That'd be great. Tickets for it'll be alright on the night.
And they laugh at his jokes, but I mean, I don't know what the
think how
jokes
many
are.
takes it, you know, I mean, how long it takes to record that. The show's about 3 hours, so the recording must be about 9.
Have you, ever seen Kirsty's home videos on Sky
I
One?
think so,
It's, Kirsty Gallagher.
dogs falling down slides.
It's like you've been framed, but
falling over in a wedding.
It's got audience laughter. But I'm assuming it can't be a real audience. I'm assuming it must be like
No,
the
they've
Flintstones.
just lifted it from the Flintstones.
Yeah.
They laughed from the Flintstones.
A lot of people forget that the Flintstones had an audience. If you watch the Flintstones, there's laughter when Fred does something funny.
Yeah.
The idea of people being shipped in.
But we were
to
talking
watch
about,
a cartoon.
I like the idea that some jokes weren't as funny as others. Like the director going, we'll put a laugh on that, and the producer going, it's not as funny. I think
Dino
it's not as funny.
Dino should get a round of applause every time he comes in. Everyone loves him. The kids love him.
We're making it up.
Yeah, and Barney getting disgruntled because his jokes never get decent
Yeah, he's like Wise.
Exactly. Yeah. He's like Ernie Wise.
Okay,
Anyway,
Carl,
so
here we go. It's an exciting feature that I think will be picked up by Channel 5. It's going to be Carl Pilkington, Do We Need 'Em, where Carl goes around checking out animals with top experts, asking whether we need them in the world.
Yeah. So, this is the first one. We won't do it next week, but I'm already sorting out the contact. We will be looking at octopus, because they're a bit weird.
Okay.
So that's what you got to look forward to in 03.
Again, if you have an animal that you feel is unnecessary in the world, then email us, and I'm sure Carl will investigate for you.
Well, the other thing as well, whilst we're on to that, I want to sort of have a bit of research with me, so when I speak to the bloke or the woman about the octopus, right, I want,
You want to be
response.
armed with the facts?
Well, sort of response from listeners, so I can say, well, 70% of XFM listeners said we should get rid of them.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? Like Jon Snow does on Channel 4 when he does all, politics stuff. So, if you agree with me, just send an email saying yes.
So yes, we should get rid of them.
Yes, yeah. Or
yes, get rid of them. Because the house believes always we should get rid of these animals. You're picking animals you want to get rid of. So yes is, get rid of them. No is, don't get rid of them.
Well, and not no, it's Noah, because they go on the ark. The ones we keep go on the ark.
That element I'd completely forgotten about, and I think that's a wise move, because I don't think that's working. I don't think you've thought through the whole Noah. So, and that's just complicating the show, I think.
So yes, we get rid of them. Noah, they're saved on the ark.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so
lovely.
here we go then, jellyfish.
So today we're looking at jellyfish in Pilkington. I'm talking to Vicky, who works in an aquarium in Anglesey, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yes.
Right, brilliant. Today we want to find out if we really need jellyfish. I've got a bit of a problem with them anyway, because I've been stung by one, and I've done a little bit of research into them, so I'll tell you what I know about them.
Okay.
You might learn some stuff from me.
Oh, you never know.
And if I'm talking nonsense, just tell me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. right, so first of all, they don't have eyes, do they?
No, they don't.
Right,
No.
so I'm right with that. No lungs.
No lungs.
They haven't got a heart.
No hearts, heartless.
And they're made up of like 97% water.
Yes, they are.
So they're pretty useless, really.
Well, they have got a nervous system. They're actually about 650 million years old. So they've evolved and they've outlived the dinosaurs, and they're even older than the sharks. And they can even outfox us, because NASA scientists have worked with them to try and work out how they operate in weightlessness, and they still don't know how they do that. Took them into space actually to figure out how they did that.
Seems like a bit of a waste of money, but do you know Port Maddock? I used to go there a lot for my holidays, and there used to be a load of them washed up on the beach. People on motorbikes used to go over them and stuff.
Yeah. So, well, we get the moon jellyfish. That's the ones with they've got pink bits in the middle.
Yeah,
that's their reproductive bodies.
I think that was them. I think they're the ones who went over on the bike because you could see pink bits. What do they do? If the jellyfish went, would we have a problem on our hands, do you think?
Okay. You might have a bit of a knock-on effect, because things like turtles eat jellyfish.
Yeah, but do we need turtles?
Well, don't forget that when you take out something from the marine system, something normally feeds on. I mean, they're not just there for the fun of it. Something either feeds on it or feeds on what they excrete.
What you're saying is they exist to sort of feed others and also to eat some stuff that's
well,
in the
yeah,
sea.
they control the population of other fish and species that might otherwise be a problem.
Okay, well, let's kind of wrap this up, right? The question that I'm asking today is, do we need them? Say if Noah had his ark, right? You've swum and got on the boat, you're alright, you're safe, he's going to keep you to sort of populate the world as well, right? So it's you and him. He's not a bad looking fella, so you're happy.
Yeah.
He says to you, Vicky, do we need him?
Absolutely.
I don't even know why she even gave you that interview. When you start off with, right, trying to find out if I need you, but what did you tell her to get her to talk to you?
Just said I'm doing some research on stuff.
Did she think you were a schoolboy or something?
No, she just said, oh, alright. She said, how long will it go on? I said, not long, just like 5 minutes to have a quick chat. And she loved it, didn't she? She sounded happy to take part in that.
So, I
love the fact that you've got an expert and you suggest that she's going to be having sex with Noah. He's a good info, so you're happy. She goes, yeah. I mean, I don't know why you stopped there. Didn't go into positions or something. I can't believe...
The problem is, really, I didn't get to the bottom of what I wanted to say, because...
Oh, no, you did. That's it. That's done now. That's a pretty good academic work. That's proved,
No, but the turtle thing, when she said, oh, if you get rid of them, the turtles, won't have anything to eat. But when she said that, I mean, I couldn't say it because it would have took her off and confused her. But...
Well, she's a scientist. She's easily confused.
Well, say, like, when Suzanne is working, right, I'm not a very good cook, so I always get, like, an Indian in. Right.
What? To do the cooking for you?
I don't know if you can say
So, right, I'll have an Indian. Right, now, say if, for some reason, it closed, I'd get a Chinese. So why don't the turtle just... There's loads of stuff in the sea. But I didn't want to get too heavy on her, but...
It's pretty deep.
Oh, that is genius.
But we'll look at...
But so the fact that she said, yes, you need jellyfish, does that mean that you've changed your... I mean, what I'm saying is, does her answer go? Does that stand?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
It does, does it?
It does, yeah. Whatever I get the expert to say, I try and get them in a corner.
Right, you try and, argue them into a corner.
Argue them into a corner, but that time she wasn't having any of it, so we've got to carry on having them.
Yeah.
So in the new year, we'll be looking at octopus.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, great. Let's play some feeder. Christmas.
I think there's often...
Karl with his Victoria Plum. I want to see a Victoria Plum. I want to know what it is. Does it look like a little gnome?
It's a woman gnome.
A female gnome?
Yeah.
A little gnome.
Well,
did your mum collect gnomes?
She likes anything gnomes, she likes fairies, she likes, Indians. She collects all that stuff. And it doesn't matter what it is.
What do you mean?
You know, like a proper Indian with all the headgear on.
Or a Native American.
Yeah, she likes anything with them on, like, you know, it can be a fridge magnet, it can be, just anything.
A lot of Native American wisdom is around the fridge magnet, because they think it has special powers of adhesion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, you read some of their writings, the great works. It reminds me, talking of gnomes, he said to me in the week, he went, "Oh, did you see that programme on telly last night about dwarves and fellas without legs nicking cars?" And I went, "No." He went, "Oh, it's amazing, right? Because they haven't got legs and that. They scoot along and they can nip into a car like the Dukes of Hazzard."
Explain more, Karl.
No, you see, I didn't see it, someone else told me about it.
Oh!
That's what I said to you. I said, "Did you see it?" Because I missed it. And it's about these little fellas, who, specialise in car nicking. And the thing I wanted to know is, because this lad who sort of only watched half of it.
Is he like you?
Well, I said, I can understand how it's easy to get in, but then how do you get away? Because you can't reach the pedals.
Yeah.
Can there be two of them?
But presumably he opens the car for someone else.
Is it?
What do you mean?
What, so he's steering and he's like, right, press the brake a bit.
And then there's one that's just legs, but without the top half.
I don't understand how this helps them, though. Why does this make it easier for them to steal
Because they can just get through the window really quickly, like in the Dukes of Hazzard.
What?
Because their legs don't get in the way.
Right.
Do they just run? And just...
But what do you mean, the window? I mean, what? So someone's driving along...
No, I didn't see it.
And
This is
leaves
why
the
I'm
window
asking you.
open?
I didn't see
Do
it.
they leap in when there's someone still driving the car?
I don't know.
Well, there's too many things left unanswered here. I can't go
maybe
over
someone's seen
Christmas
it and they
and
can
not know.
email in. But that's sort of...
This panicked you anyway, I imagine.
I bet you were gutted you missed that programme, weren't you?
Well, I'm interested in stuff like that, because I like learning, which gets us on to educating Ricky.
Oh, excellent. Slick.
We've had a good year of stuff. Teaching stuff.
Yeah, I've learned a lot.
Can you remember any of the
Of course I
highlights?
can. There was a deaf girl and she hit her head and she could hear.
Yeah.
There was also, some people who ate tomatoes thought they were poisonous on lead. There was also a doctor who gave a blood transfusion, with some parrots from the pet store.
Yeah.
Because the doctor in America, and it was the olden days when the lines were bad, said give him his parents' blood, and the doctor this side said give him some parrot's blood. So that was true, and that educated me.
That was fact. What have you got for us?
Well, we've only got two, because I've taught you about jellyfish today, that we need them, so we've only got two things to go at, and I give them a little headline so you remember them, to make them snappy. The two headlines you've got, oh, what a catastrophe.
Okay.
And the second one is, well, you'd think it beat Bughead, wouldn't you?
What?
Well, you'd think it beat Bughead, wouldn't you?
You'd think it beat...
No, you'd think it be...
Yeah.
You'd think it'd be Buggered, wouldn't you?
Bughead.
Bughead.
This can't be... If this is anything with a bug living without a head, I'm not interested. Because we've done it. All you've done is
let's just do, oh, what a catastrophe.
So is that. Right, do that one first.
Which one are we doing?
No, do the Bughead one.
Right, well, the Bughead one. Well, we've talked a lot about animals and that, haven't we, without heads.
Surprisingly, we have. I think a disproportionate amount on it.
If you're a new listener and this is the first time you've listened, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, we've done all that. We've covered worms, the way if you cut their head off it grows back if you don't cut too high above its neck. We've covered
the chicken,
the fella who blinked.
Yeah. I can't go into it again.
Right.
Let's not go into it again.
We've had the chicken with no head that lived for 8 months.
Yeah.
And we've had
And we've had the cockroaches living for a week without an egg.
Right, okay.
Well, it's a bit more on the cockroach front, really.
Right.
They've found, right, that if you get a cockroach and you cut its head off, right, and then you find a cockroach that's still got its head, but it hasn't got any legs,
Right.
right, it's not over for both of them, right? Because what you can do, you get the one that's got the legs,
Right.
with no head, sort of running around, get the one with the head, sit it on top of it,
Right.
get a little tube,
Okay.
so that the fluids...
So is this auntie's go out of the
Let him
room?
finish.
This is like Blue Peter.
Let him
You could get this for Christmas.
Right, you
Yeah.
get a little tube, you sit that on top so the bodily fluids are still running between the two.
Right.
The head of the one on the top will control the feet of the one on the bottom.
Okay.
What about
Good.
And, will it continue to live?
that? Yeah.
Okay, you don't know that for sure, do you? Just
That
guessing.
was just a
No,
question out of the
that's-
blue he wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think of that?
Good, yeah, it's great. Yeah, just a primitive nervous system that can, yeah.
Did you expect us to be more impressed and excited by that?
Well,
Did you fall off your chair when you read that? Did you literally topple off? Going,
Did
"Whoa, like a
you
cartoon."
think you were going to be the Frankenstein of the insect world?
Yeah.
No, I just was thinking if they can do that, you know,
With them, can they do it with
them,
humans?
with humans? Because I also did a bit of research
course
on.
you did.
Did you come to the sort of conclusion that apart from the moral aspect of it, that the human was probably more complicated than?
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? Things move on, don't they? Do you know what I
Modern
mean?
science, Rick.
You know, I had Binatone as a kid. Now they've got PlayStation 2, and the difference in 10 years
They
is
have
amazing.
found that if you lose your head, a cockroach can live normally on your body, but not the other way round. Your head on it cannot control its legs because it's too complicated
It's
for
too
your
confusing.
brain.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well,
So,
then other research, because I thought if you don't learn from that, I'll give you something else for free, right?
go on.
Free. That they can clone people. The only reason they don't do it, right? Say if like Ricky needed a lung, right? They could clone you and make you the same. But the only reason they don't want to do it is because it'd be a bit horrible, wouldn't it? So
And it would take sort of 18 years for me to get an adult lung.
And there's all kinds of moral implications.
yeah.
What do you mean, yeah? You hadn't thought that?
So sorry, because lest we forget, Rick, he ended with the only reason they don't do it is because it's a bit horrible and that. Which scientist said that?
Right, let's leave
That's a
that then.
quote.
Right. That's
two.
not it. That's not the other one.
That's it.
No, that was just, you know,
We've got another one to come.
Oh, I
Teach
can't
us
wait.
the headline again. What was the headline
the
again?
headline, oh, what a catastrophe.
Looking forward to it.
Mark.
Yeah, a bit of Mark Heinzel. This is from his covers album. This is called Snowbird.
He's so happy that the XFM listeners understand his stupid clues, and he knows it annoys me.
We've got some
we'll
right
be
answers for
giving out the
Blockbusters.
answers just quickly, just in case someone sort of missed one of them. I'll just quickly do them, yeah?
Yeah, go on.
First one, there's a load
Your
of letters.
show.
There's a load of letters there asking for advice. Put them on Claire's desk.
Oh, and Merry Christmas.
Ask your mum if you should.
Oh, and Merry Christmas.
And a couple of people were arguing in the supermarket.
It was
at the fruit
Christmas,
and
that's
veg
why.
counter. And that's B.
Okay, we'll give those answers out shortly.
Yeah.
I just have to show you something, Rick, before we move on. I know we've got another Educating Ricky, but someone just sent this in.
Yeah.
They've been looking on eBay for Victoria Plum.
You're joking?
Come here and see the photograph.
Oh, God, that's fantastic. Have a look.
That's it.
Oh, God, he got that for his mum.
It's the worst piece of tat I've ever seen.
Carl! Carl. Imagine how... Oh,
Gutted.
Carl. Imagine how... Look, think of him now, right?
There it is.
Oh, that's the worst thing I've ever seen. I'll tell you, it looks like a Diddy man gone wrong.
It's
it looks like a
extraordinary.
Diddy man prostitute. That is...
Is that the one, Carl? Is that...
Well, it was a different colour. It had a yellow at mine.
No, but look, how do they get... Tell them they
Okay, so,
go into eBay,
So you need to log on to ebay.co.uk. I'm sure you've used it before. It's the online marketplace, ebay.co.uk. And if you type in Victoria Plum, I'm assuming that you can track this down.
That's amazing.
It's the worst piece of rubbish I've
just
ever
think
seen.
how cute he was as a kid, though, doing that. Just think of him, just going... just seeing that and thinking, oh, like, she likes gnomes! It's the worst thing I've ever seen!
I mean, to be fair, I mean, I don't know what her prize collection of gnomes looks like, but I can't imagine they're much better than that. I mean, gnomes are a fairly grotesque thing. But certainly your mum's taste and discretion is...
Did you ever those houses on your estate, you'd go in there and it was just loads of those dolls still in their packaging all around the room? And sort of like, one of those homes that keeps the, sort of packaging on the three-piece suite.
Why don't you buy another one for her for Christmas?
Yeah.
It's $3.99 it looks, but that's £2.49 because that was $3.99.
Well.
Oh, buy it, Carl.
No, 'cause I've sorted out her passport this year anyway. I'll get her that next year. Right, so listen, right?
Okay.
So, best educating Ricky of the year.
Oh, Christ.
What a cat toast.
Yeah, let's do that then. Victoria Plum.
There's this woman, right?
Yeah.
This woman, she's reading Guinness Book of Records.
Yeah.
And she's flicking through.
Yeah.
And she notices that there's a world record for a cat, right, with 27 toes, right? So she reads it and she thinks, well, that's not right, because her cat's got 28.
What do you mean your cat's got 28?
Her cat's got 28 toes. So she was like, well, hang on a minute, mine should be in there. So there was
I missed the very beginning of this.
She was
just looking through the Guinness Book of Records.
Woman was looking through the Guinness Book of Records.
The woman with the cat with 28 toes looking through, and it said the record for the cat's toes was 27. She thought, hold on. Hold on a minute, Ross McWhirter. My cat's got one more than that cat, so go on.
Anyway, so she said, you know, the person doing the interview with her said, you know, is it happy? And she said, yeah, you know, it's great, and it's really good in the snow.
Right. It gets through a lot of nail varnish.
Well, you know, that's what it said, right? It said it's really good in the snow. So, I just was thinking, I mean, that's it, really.
That's not it.
That's the end of that story. But
Brilliant.
But what I'm thinking is, like...
It was two cats welded together.
No, she said, you know, it's happy. So, is the other sort of disabilities where, in a way, it's not all bad?
Oh, Christ.
No, do you know, like, that book Steve brought in for me? And there was a fella there, wasn't there, who had 3 legs who was a juggler. And I was like, what's the point of that?
What do you mean, what's the point of that? What's the point of
he's
what?
not taking advantage of having 3 legs, is he, being a juggler?
Yeah, he said he should be a footballer.
Right? So, no, but in a way, he's used it, hasn't he? He's probably not even that good at juggling. But, because he's got 3 legs, people have gone, well, I'll give him a chance. Let's go and see him anyway, see if he's any good.
Yeah.
Right? So, what I'm thinking is he anything else? We've mentioned, the midgets today who are good at robbing cars. Because they can get through the windows like Dukes of Hazzard.
Sorry, so listen, look, I'd just like to say, this is the Radio Authority listening, we are in no way suggesting that one midget's forte in life is robbing cars, or that if you're a midget sitting at home feeling sorry for yourself, that you should go out robbing cars. I'd just like to say, this is Carl Pilkington talking.
The views of Carl Pilkington do not necessarily reflect those of XFM or us.
Yeah, but it was a TV programme, so it's not me, I'm just saying what I've seen on telly.
That you didn't see?
That somebody told me about.
Yeah, so you could be wrong, just like a lot of your spurious facts you just see on the internet, you know.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So, is he anything else? We've seen the fellow with 3 legs.
So what you're saying is there a disability that is actually an advantage?
Yeah.
Right,
You know what I mean? Steve mentioned about the disabled loo. They're always really roomy, and like got multi-gym facilities in them.
Multi-gym facilities!
Oh, do you know what I mean?
Multi-gym facilities! What do you mean, Carl?
There's always bars everywhere and that, isn't there?
That's not parallel bars.
Yeah,
That's
they
to help
don't
them
do
get up.
gymnastics!
They're not in there working out.
But I'm just saying though, do you know what I mean? So in a way, they've got that. So, always, what I'm saying is, when you look on the brighter side, it's like Elephant Man would have never got up and gone, oh, look at my hair today.
Nor do you.
No, but Do you know what I mean? He would never have that problem.
You're a maniac.
Forget it. I thought we'd be able to, like, get a serious discussion going here.
Well, okay then. So, this is a serious discussion, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's treat it sensitively then. If you really want a serious discussion and talk about whether there are some disabilities that are an advantage, let's think of some then, shall we?
Well, I've said 3 already.
Yeah, you can't say, if you're deaf, Bobby Davro won't annoy you. That doesn't count as an advantage. Do you understand? Do you know what I mean?
Carl's looking at you thinking, that's brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we'll leave it then. I'll come up with a better feature for next year.
Oh.
We'll bin that.
Oh,
So, if you've got any disabilities...
We've been that, like that was gonna be a feature.
What, you were hoping that would be a spin-off feature? Disabilities are actually
well, it's
an
another
advantage.
form of do we need them? It's like,
But that's Carl. Think of it. It's like that joke. The bloke that wakes up in hospital says, "Good news and bad news." Bad news is we've had to amputate both legs. What's the good news? The fellow in the next bed wants to buy you slippers. See, that's not an advantage. It's a joke. That doesn't really happen. People don't go, "Oh, that is good news." Yeah, I'll probably get a quid for him. Do you know what I mean?
But the fellow with 3 feet, what would he do?
Well, he'd buy a pair and then just nick one of those because they put out one shoe, don't they? Are those, yeah, if you've got one leg, you can nick shoes. Good point,
Right,
Carl.
now I'm getting you thinking.
Yeah.
Right, so we'll do Rockbusters Answers next then.
Happy Christmas, war's over and all that.
Indeed, yeah.
Brilliant tune.
Great tune, and
Well,
lovely
I've
sentiments.
had a great time. Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope we haven't offended you by some of Carl's rantings. Just think of what he's gone through in his life. That Victoria Plum incident.
Carl, I've got a little gift for you here before we go.
Oh, you're joking. I haven't got you anything.
Well, no, you haven't got your girlfriend anything. I wasn't expecting much. It's not exciting, but it's worth taking. In fact, why don't you just re-gift that straight away?
It's alright, cheers for that.
He hasn't even looked at it.
Champagne.
And that's not the champagne we got free from the BBC, is it?
It's not actually, no, Rick, because, that is far too good for the likes of Carl.
Oh, right.
And I wasn't gonna give it to him, you wouldn't appreciate it, that's just sparkling wine.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, he doesn't know the difference.
I'm seeing Carl on Christmas Day, 'cause, he's around Christmas Day in London, so I'll get a little gift then, Carl.
Alright.
That'd be good, wouldn't it? It'd be a nice little...
Okay, answers, we must give the answers.
You would have to go to bed at 6, though, so we can play.
Right, here's the last clues of the year. You had, there's a load of letters there asking for advice. Put them on Claire's desk.
Go on,
That was
no idea.
F. That was for foreigner. For Rayner.
I don't know what you mean.
Claire Rayner. She took advice. She gave people advice. So that's foreigner.
That is shit.
Right.
I'm sorry. That might be Christmas. That is absolute dart.
A lot of people got the right answer.
I know.
Yeah,
well, that annoys me even more.
Number
The
2.
second one, ask your man.
Foreigner.
Yeah.
Foreigner.
Second one, ask your mam if you should. That was S. That was Shalimar. Shalimar. Right?
No, bizarrely, what was the clue there?
Ask your mum if you should.
No, we got a lot of people saying Smashing Pumpkins. There's the answer to that. But I don't know who's saying that to their mum. Smashing Pumpkins. Merry Christmas, Mum. Smashing
Thanks
Pumpkins.
very much. Nice bollocks. Oh, that's great. That's great.
Right.
Smashing Pumpkins. Your dad bought them for me for Christmas.
Yeah.
Ah.
And the last one,
Lovely plums. What, my Victorias?
Oh, God.
right, we've got to wrap it up.
Come on, then.
A couple of people were arguing in the supermarket at the fruit and veg counter. That was B, that was Banana Drama. They were, like, having an argument.
What do you mean Banana Drama? What? No, wait. What group is Banana Drama? What group is Banana Drama?
So,
You're a fool. You're a twat.
Well, you say that, but you accuse Carl of that. You're also accusing lots of the listeners, including the winner, Nicola Rogers, of London, and she wins those great prizes, and she got them bang on, so...
Banana Drama.
so can we finish there now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
absolutely.
What do you mean? Can we finish there now?
Just play the ads and go.
What?
No, what are you talking about? We're going to play Jerry
Alright,
Nichols.
we'll
We're
play
going to
that.
sing it all
We'll
day.
play that then.
Goodness me, Carl, look at you.
Oh, we haven't got time.
Merry Christmas, Carl.
Merry
Yeah,
Christmas,
yeah.
Carl.
Enjoy the
Let's give him a little kiss.
Oh, little kiss.
Oh, no, I
With tongues, it's Christmas.